Oh, nice. I'll take the plate.
I'm almost making bronze, by the way.
Oh, you started crafting bronze?
I'm at... Where's my blacksmithing? 39.
Nice.
It's starting to show up on stuff. It's just really red still. So I hit 125 mining.
Awesome. All right. Oh god, now we're echoing.
Are we?
I heard you twice.
Are we?
Oh my god, are we? Wait, that might be me because I've got... Yeah. Oh my god, that's me. I had a tab open. I was listening to myself on my own stream, on my stream. It wasn't echoing to my stream, it was just echoing in my ears.
I've done that before.
Alright. Enter. Let's see if we can get some people in now. We'll see how it goes. Let me close that down. Close this down. This one we can close down. This one we can open up.
So we're staying right here, right?
For now, I guess, until other people get on. Bronze cloak. That's better than what I'm currently using. I gotta stand up and turn my light on. Give me 1 second. Okay, dokie. Let's see how this works.
Let me know if your regen fades in because short duration timers suck.
I'm upset that I missed out on yesterday, but at the same time, you know, family
That's
first
life.
kind of thing. Fun Slinger, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it, bud. I'll probably end up being down here for at least a week, and then we'll go from there, see what happens. My mom went up to the hospital today. She's going to call me later and let me know. Let me know what I should do, or need to do.
Oh, did you look at your stern rod quest reward?
The what?
The stern rod?
Measure stick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. What about it?
It was buffed.
Was it buffed? It looks the same to me.
I knew it was buffed.
Yeah. It's been buffed.
You think?
I looked at the stats on it and I'm like, there's just no way I didn't see this before.
It goes all the way up to +10.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been really good stats. Like, that was the reason that I kept telling people to do it. It was really good stats. For how difficult it was to get, it was always really good stats.
It's pretty good. That's where I got my mining up to 125.
Yeah, it's easy to get up over there. Just run through that area.
Well, I mean, I ran through the whole area. Even the... So Invis Animals works in some of the KOS beetles.
Oh, the big beetles? Yeah, that's good.
And then Invis works on everything else. There's just a couple it doesn't work on.
You did your staff?
No.
No.
No,
I was impressed with you.
I was mining all the quarry stones trying to get all the gems for the quest. I like that. Mob just destroyed Criddle.
The heck?
See Criddle chasing him. Oh, there you go. Chase him up the wall. Get up there, Criddle.
He's so mean.
Yeah, he's no fun.
I'm trying to type something.
All right, Pet's having a Matrix battle.
What's going on over here? They're like they're trying to extend to the sky. Is that what you see?
Yeah.
They're all like the one pixel is
Hey,
trying to
what's
raise
going on,
them up.
Nicodemus? Family doing okay? No, we're still in a bit of a crisis mode, but I'm now down here with my family. So I'm back in Florida for, like I was back in November, if you remember. I'm back here for undetermined amount of time until we figure out what's going on. But I can't go up to the hospital right now because they're not allowing everyone up there. He's in ICU. My mom went up there this morning. She's gonna scope things out, see what's going on, and then we're going to be able to go up hopefully this afternoon. You got 22 on your cleric. Fun class. Mana regen needs some love, but with the enchanter it feels good. Yeah, cleric is a good class. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I think that all the healers need a bit of a buff in healing or mana regen or something. But yeah. Understood. Prayers for you and your family. I appreciate it, Nicodemus. Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes, man. See how it goes. Long story short, he was in the hospital, or he was in, what do they call it? The bronze plate cloak. Nice.
ICU?
No, he wasn't in ICU. He was in rehab, and then they, from rehab, sent him to the hospital, and then from the hospital they put him into ICU at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Is what ended up happening. So it was just a really bad situation. He hasn't been home for more than a week. Well, not even like I think the longest stint that he's been home in the last 3 or 4 months has been 3 days. And in those 3 days that he was home last time, he fell twice. Which, you know, then they think it's like they want to say it's like negligence and, you know, on our home part, and it's not that. He just refuses to sit down and not get up with it without assistance and all that. So it's just a whole situation. He refuses to drink water, and makes him dehydrated. So it's just bad.
Yeah.
Just really bad. But anyway, I'm okay with the heal amounts. Just have to sit in my group so often. And if my chanter isn't dumping mana, yeah, the heal amounts could be okay. I think what they need to do with that to fix a lot of the mana and fix the solo ability of classes is make more items that require, or like more items required for casters, like more mana regen items in the game, and start them at lower level. Like a haste item, like melee get a haste cloak at starting at, you know, level 10. You can get that first haste cloak, and then there's another one. There's like several haste items. I think mana regen should be the equivalent of caster haste, or melee haste, but mana regen for casters.
I think spells should scale more. Like my level 8 heal, right? When I get it, it should scale and slightly go up every, you know, level, like, you know, 1 to 5 or whatever it is. per level.
Yeah.
No,
That'd
I'm
be
not
nice.
I'm not healing for the exact same number at 16.
Yeah, yeah, because like you just start at 16 and it just stays at 16 forever, right? It like doesn't.
Yeah. It just needs slight scaling.
Well, I think that
It has to be a lot.
they need to
It
do
would just
more.
feel better.
They need to do more scaling with the wisdom too. Like as it stands right now, you would need 200 wisdom to get a 10% increase in your heals, which is not even that much.
Yeah.
So, like I think they need to increase that, or I guess decrease that. You need like maybe 10 wisdom for 1%, so that you could get up to a 20% bonus if you had theoretically 200 wisdom. And then people would gear. They would want to go get gear more often, because if you can get to 100 intelligence, you're doing 10% more damage as a spellcaster. That would be a significant increase. And I think it would encourage people to want to go gear up more on these caster classes. Whereas right now, there's very little reason to go get gear on caster classes. What are enchanters in all classes really like at 50 to 60 range? I think this range will take forever. Yeah.
Hey, Pandora. I'm having a good day.
We are co-streaming, by the way, so you'll hear myself and Setfer. We're trying to co-stream. I think it's working properly. Trying it out. So Setfer right over here, the druid in the party, also streaming with us.
Like Nature's Respite, for example, you get it at like level 4, and it scales all the way to level 52 without a new version, right?
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Should a base fighter be able to solo with no bandages, pots, regen buffs? I mean, I'm okay with classes not being able to solo. I don't have an issue with that. So I would say no. Base fighters should not be able to solo well. They're going to be one of the worst solo classes. Just like a rogue is going to be a bad solo class. Just like a cleric is going to be a bad solo class. And I'm fine with that as long as they encourage grouping, and grouping is the overall best. Which currently, technically, grouping is the overall best. Having 6 players in your party is the best way to XP. The problem with it, right now anyway, is that if you put 6 solo classes in a party together, that is the best way to XP. So 6 charm classes, or 6 archers, or something. Like you don't need to have a tank, healer, a couple DPS, and a utility. You just don't need that. You just want to have 6 classes that solo really, really, really well to get the best XP in the game. And it's showing, it's very clear that that's what's happening. If you look at the highest level players on the beta, and you go and look at their group makeup, most of them have multiple charm classes in there. They have like a bard and an enchanter, maybe 2 enchanters. They have a druid, they have a necromancer, and every single group is charming. And it's clearly showing that is the best way to XP. Why would you put in a ranger or a rogue or a spellblade, any of these DPS classes, when a charmed enemy is better in every possible way? They're gonna the only way that's needed, which is DPS, right? The only thing that you need out of a DPS is DPS, with some utility here and there. But you get the utility from the enchanter, from the bard, from the druid. Like, you already have the utility that you need from those classes. You don't need, like, why would you add a ranger if you have a druid in your party that can charm? There's absolutely no point. The druid's going to be doing more damage and have the utility and be able to heal. So there's just no point in adding a ranger. Why would you add a rogue? All they do is DPS. They can stun, sure, but who cares about stun, especially at the lower levels? Nobody really cares about stun and interrupt up till like level 30. Like it's pointless. It's as long as you're DPSing mobs out. So
I think the only DPS you want is an archer. Because not only can they kite and they can solo, they also don't take any damage.
yeah, exactly. Is there unique content 50 to 60 range, like dungeons and such? Yes, there is, yeah. It's all still grinding. It's all still the same stuff, which is sitting here grinding out mobs. But yeah, there's some like higher level dungeons and places to go with some better named, and there's a lot of places. I don't know if we'll get to some of those. I mean, we'll probably get to them during the beta. It just depends on how much people want to play. We're not in any rush right now. Like our entire group is just kind of, you know, we're not going to play casually, but we're also not going to play like super hardcore. You know, we're going to be somewhere in the middle ground. If this is early access, it'd be different. What's up, Kraft? How you doing, bud? Beta with the Frankie has made go to the last spot in a group a nightmare because they want to group together. There's an interesting angle to add to grouping. Yeah. Are druid like healer? Yes.
Yeah, druids are healers. They are like. I'm almost all I'm doing right now is just healing.
Turtle, is that guy still in the chat? The GM or whatever?
Nicodemus? Yeah.
Ask him if the Spectre pet is out of the game.
Oh, he probably won't. He won't know. That's a different GM or a different person. This is Nicodemus. Nicodemus that's in the chat right now.
Have him ask what.
I mean, he could. They're not going to answer. They're not going to tell us.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Nicodemus is a different guy. He's the lore quest writer guy.
Quest. Yeah. I think what quests are mainly Nicodemus as well. Wheelhouse for the most part.
Yeah, he did a lot of the starter quests.
But he's not the only one doing it either.
Correct. Yeah.
Hello, Kidgen.
Hey. Yeah, it's Kid. That's Kid Cudi. Just for.
You're the roadie of the band.
Yeah, he is the roadie. Yes, Nicodemus is the roadie. He's the nice guy. He's like the father figure of this group, honestly. Of this group.
He looks
of
pretty young when I
misfits.
watch him stream.
Looks pretty young. Yeah, he's a father figure. Yeah, I mean, he's got the dad jokes. He's got the, you know, he's the caring type of personality, as opposed to everybody else. Nah, this team, it's a great team of people that are making up this game. Honestly, I think it's a fantastic team. Different backgrounds, different viewpoints. You got hardcore players. You got, you know, the casual players. Yeah, Nicodemus pointed out my softcore comment earlier. Softcore gaming. That's we're kind of medium core gaming at the moment. I mean, like yesterday. If this was early access, I mean, for family, I will always take time off. But if this was early access, I wouldn't have taken off yesterday. It would have taken a lot to take off yesterday and drive down to Florida. But yeah.
So I'm just a couple of years away from just dawning off on my computer in a group.
Yeah,
it's just gonna happen. You're gonna hear me snoring one of these days. I'm just gonna
it'll happen.
Bent over in my chair.
We'll be all grouped together. Probably early access. I suspect people will start to fall asleep in our groups.
Colonel is a tank. I would be dead if I took as much damage as he did. What's your HP? I'm at like 400.
I'm at 597 at the moment.
And he's 3 levels lower than me. 18 to 15.
Yeah, the HP of a tank is decent. You're gonna see about at level 60 on a relatively decently geared tank, around 3,000 health. I believe the closest after that is going to be 2,000 for like other classes. So it's going to be a good third higher at the end game, and then it's going to go even up from there. Like once you get well geared, it'll go up. But a normally geared tank is around 3,000 health. It's all good. The game is meant to be there for players ready. No rush kind of gaming, sandwichy. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's meant to be, but that's just not how we are as gamers. The group of people that I play with are considered to be probably some of the most hardcore gamers. If you really factor in their playtime and stuff, they're extremely hardcore gamers. Like, that's really all we do for fun. And, you know, when we're hanging out together. and we hang out together almost every night. So we used to do it a lot more. We've kind of fallen off recently with people being busy and such. But I mean, like Setfer and I and Stein over here, we've all played like Civilization together, and what's that space game Setfer that we all played for a few weeks? That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that game.
I've played so many space games. You have to be more specific.
The one that's the
Are you
strategy.
talking about the one where you?
Galactic Empire or something?
Yeah, the one where you make spaceships and attack stuff.
Yeah, and you like warp all over the place by in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super fun. I really liked that game. I know that like you and Dirk would always build up your main mothership like instantly, and then just start wipe, or at least Dirk did, and wipe out everything. Yeah. It was a super fun game. Really liked it. Didn't
Yeah,
catch
when
up
I'm
to you
standing,
guys.
I get 1 mana per tick, and when I'm sitting, I get 10. And yeah, the blue bar under my name, or under Stein name,
Yeah,
is mana. Kriddle doesn't have any mana.
I don't.
He's a manaless class. He has this fatigue bar, and let's be honest, man, they need to do something else with this. It's
do.
like how many times you can jump. That's all it does.
Yeah, they definitely need more with that. I will get a mana bar. If I get like an item that has mana on it, it'll show a mana bar, but I can't use it. And that happens for every class, like monks and rogues. You know, there's and archers. I think those are the only 4 classes that don't have mana innately. But yeah, we can have a mana bar. It just doesn't function for anything. But yeah, they definitely need to do more with the stamina or endurance or whatever you want to call it. I think we need to have abilities for those martial classes that use that. Chain mask, nobody needs any of that stuff, right?
No. There's probably a few pieces of hide I don't have, but it's not a big deal.
Okay. Hopefully it appeal to hardcore folks too. The game definitely appeals to hardcore folks, Nicodemus, like me, because of the in-game content. There's not a lot of in-game content. We can't really talk about it too much because, you know, it's still kind of under a pseudo NDA from Alpha. But there is in-game content in the game, and I think that those hardcore players are going to find it enjoyable. It needs some tweaking. It's not perfect by any means, but there are at least 4 mobs that are going to be worth going after, and you're going to need minimum 1 full group that really knows what they're doing. But honestly, you're going to probably need multiple groups for all those. A couple of them you're going to need two. A couple of those you're going to need like 3 to 4 groups to do them. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I think there's going to be more in-game stuff when they add in expeditions, which might happen during beta from what I hear. So I have heard a rumor, but we'll see. Was it EVE Online you were talking about? No.
Yeah, what was that space game that you said? You said the name of it, but I didn't catch it.
Empire or something like that, maybe?
Empire?
Galactic
No,
Empire? Or
not an
something?
Empire at War.
I thought it started with an S, like Stellaris or something.
It sounds familiar too.
I mean, we could probably look. There's another burned parchment. I'll grab it. We want to grab as many of those as we can, by the way. I think over time
Yeah,
there'll
those
be
are
more
Solaris
in-game
either.
content. Yeah, there's going to be more in-game content. Like, a lot of people are kind of nervous about that and keep saying that they don't want in-game content. They want it to be just a level 1 to 60. They're going to have to put something in the game, that carrot to chase for level 60 plus. Well, not 60 plus players, but like 60 plus content, right? Content that you do at level 60, that horizontal progression. If they don't add that, then the game will literally just die once people hit 60. And yes, that will take a while, but
You always need a carrot to dangle.
you always need that carrot. That's true. Sometimes it dangles left, sometimes it dangles right, but you need it to dangle.
That's not a carrot.
Oh, my bad.
So I haven't done any of the alpha stuff. So I'm gonna say this is just a person. Right now we're in a desert, so there could be like a genie even. There could be like one of the D&D dragons was like in the deserts. There could be a whole bunch of There could be like a little stream somewhere that sends you to like another plane of existence that's like water based even, and you find something there. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
There could be so many things.
Another thing you got to look for too is you look up in the sky. See these moon phases? Here, I'll zoom in.
Oh yeah.
The right now we have a full moon, a second full moon, and then like a half moon, I guess. These moon phases actually affect certain things in the game, and we know that because Sean told us that. So like that's not even alpha knowledge thing. They just affect things. They could quote from Sean. They could open up doorways. They could cause certain enemies to spawn. He's talked about that quite a bit. So definitely take note of that. Definitely be doing /look everywhere, because you'll run into things that are, if you /look, you'll get some of this like orange colored text, like this text right down here. When you place wood on the fire, same color text.
It was Sins of the Solar Empire.
Sins of a Solar Empire. That is it. Yes, absolutely. That was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I'd go back and play that a little bit at some point with everybody.
I mean, in the week before this started, I was playing more Civ 6.
Yeah. Civ 7
I
is
still don't want to try
right?
Civ 7 because that thing
Yeah, I just heard
still does not have good reviews.
I've heard so many bad things about it. Civ 6 is fun, though. God, we had so much fun playing that for a while. Usually do 4v4 with your uncle and dad? Nice. Yeah, we did like 8v computers. Or whatever it was.
Hey, man, we would really buff the crap out of computers.
Yeah, like make them super hardcore mode and then just like us versus them kind of thing. Golly. That was a lot of fun, dude. Once we got like the end game of that and everybody's just warping around, just annihilating thing. Oh, so much fun. Loved it.
Oh yeah, so there's like a druid quest over in Phelan Draw, talking about the portals. You literally go into a circle of mushrooms, and at one point you teleport somewhere else for the quest line. Pretty cool.
You're talking about the class quest for the druid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that on this side. I've played a druid up to like level 10 or something. Actually, no, I played a druid up to like 20 or 25. Yeah, you don't do that over here. You don't have a little mushroom circle you can go into.
I will say, the mud commands over in Phelan Draw are so much better right now than Night Harbor.
Yeah.
Just doing a few of those beginning starting quests, you get the feel for it.
Yeah.
And over here, you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, I've heard that the ones over there are really good. I've only done the Bard one over there. And it was fun.
Oh, that one's hilarious.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Nicodemus, Civ 7's not worth getting. I would continue playing Civ 6 if you like Civilization.
Yeah, I would probably for like another year, and it's already been out over a year. I mean, I'm sure eventually it'll be okay. It's just when will it get there? There's no way they let their flagships in my game be bad the whole time. So I think I use more food on a halfling fiddle.
Think so? You didn't choose the...
No, I don't have any metabolism. But I'm constantly having the same food compared to water.
Hey, there's Zillith. What you doing here, Zillith? He's hanging out with us. Zillith is a balance designer person.
Came here to give you the spectrum of that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
He does well. He's not balance designer. I don't think. I think he's actually working with Nick to add abilities, more abilities. Oh, going to AFK here a bit. So there's some combat going on. Oh yeah, it's collecting some
He's
memory
trying
leak
to
data.
collect some memory leak data.
Okay. Yeah. Well, whatever. That's fine. We'll be here for a while, probably.
What about the pet, though?
Yeah, where's that Spectre pet? You should ask him. I still think it's funny that Encrypt was like asking you about the Spectre pet thing, and thought they were talking to me. Like that was hilarious. That was so funny.
I mean, for all you know, it could have been a bug that appeared once or something.
Yeah.
Could have actually been pushed when someone was making it, and then in between they're disabling it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
I
ready.
think
It needs to go back in the game. It's ready.
yeah, it's definitely ready.
Oh look, somebody else is saying they go through more food on their halfling. Like, so I had my starting food and my starting water.
Well,
and I ate all of my food, and I had like 6 left starting water.
you know, second breakfast. Oh, everybody does that. Food goes faster than water.
But like, a lot faster, like twice as fast.
I don't know if it's twice, but it is faster. Yeah, like I'll go through. Right now, I'm at 1717 of my food, so we'll watch it as we go through time. But yeah, you'll definitely eat more food than you will drink water. I have noticed that. But maybe, you know, halflings, they need that second breakfast and third lunch and stuff. So maybe you guys...
Third lunch.
Yeah, maybe.
It's called elevensies.
Elevensies, my bad. I forgot.
There's something up with the cure berries spell.
Cure berries? I don't like that spell. Well, I think that spell's going to come
It's
in
just a
handy.
white icon.
Yeah, I think
Like
it's gonna...
the spell gem is just a white icon.
Oh, yeah, they need to fix that. I don't like... I'd like that spell, but it's just kind of annoying to use. I feel like if you're in a group with somebody, same thing with mana stones and health stones, all of those things. You should be able to target the player, cast the spell, and it just gives it to them, or it gives them a consent to accept it. Rather
You mean
than,
like the original, or one of the moderads from EQ for the mages, where it would just appear in their hand?
Yeah, exactly. Where it'll appear for the player, rather than having to cast it, find it in your inventory, you know, trade it, whatever. Like all of that stuff is just tedious. Like we can remove the tedium of it a little bit and just cast it directly on the player.
Yeah.
The only issue with that is you can't make it to where, like what they did in Pantheon with summon food and water. They just made it where you could summon food and water into somebody else's inventory and just fill up their inventory completely. That was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think it should work for members only. I think that would get rid of the trolling aspect.
Yeah, group members only, and then add a little flag or something that it pops up. You know, would you like to accept this? Yes or no? Just click it. Halfling starter food, you had 7 water, no food. Dwarf starter food, you had 2 water, no food. So it is faster both ways, but it's even worse for halflings, is what it seems like. Huh. So yeah, you're eating like, what would that be? 15 and then
5 more.
Well, it's 3, yeah, 5 different. So that's like 25% faster. That you're eating.
Imagine
food.
if you also take fast metabolism.
Yeah, then you're eating food
eat
50%
more.
faster. Man, maybe it's because you got little feet and you gotta move more often. You gotta keep up with all the tall races.
I mean, I'm constantly foraging, and summon food's just on my bar. Luckily.
Yeah. I just bought like a bunch of food and water. I have
I could now summon 3 at a time, so it's not too bad.
yeah, I think at level 20. Well, you don't get an upgrade to it at all. I think yours caps out at 4 at a time. So good luck. Yeah, once you hit level 19 or 20, it should cap out at 4 at a time, and you never get another one.
Which is fine. I don't think
Hey, what's going
I
on,
mean, to be
Dolce?
fair, in EQ, I would just buy or make food that lasted forever.
Yeah, well, Nick was saying that in this game that food is supposed to last, like the duration of food and water is supposed to last longer when you craft it or whatever. I think it's only food right now that you can craft. It doesn't seem to be any longer. It doesn't have stats on it. It's just kind of pointless.
I think it's just more filling, so you use it slower, but that's like it.
Maybe.
Like, you know, some of them say they're a snack, some of them they're like a modest meal.
I don't think that there's a difference, but it's possible. But what we need to do is we need to have like different food for different people, and then just see, well, and not halvling, because apparently halvlings
Not
eat more
halvling.
food. But like, yeah, we need to do it on different people and see. You know, I think we need to test that out. Let's see, bronze corroded axe, 742. That's probably not better than what I'm using. My cooked food, Ashira meat, lasts twice as long as your cleric summoned bread. Does it really? Okay, well that's good to know. I mean, it should. I think cooked food should last longer than summoned food for sure. Like, I would love to be able to buy a stack of food that lasts all day. Just one stack. Like, summoned food and water, it actually weighs a lot. I mean, I think it's 0.1, but it's 2 pounds per stack.
No, summon is 0.3.
Is it 0.3? Wow, so it's 6 pounds per stack. That's a lot.
But all the wood you need for a fire, ain't we gonna talk about that?
Huh? I got a bunch of wood.
No, you need like too much wood to do fires.
Oh, you do need a lot of wood for fires, yeah. It would be nice, like, I think the Rangers should be able to do it without having wood or less wood. I know that
I want to throw cloth scraps on there or something sometimes, just like...
Yeah, make them burn shorter duration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be worth it.
So sometimes you just end up like, wow, I have this stack of something. I'm not going to do with it. I mean, it could also just be a trash bin.
I believe...
You just give it to it to get rid of.
I believe the Ranger fire does last longer than the regular fire. Am I targeting this thing? I can't tell. There we go. I'm not seeing a name target here. Zillith. I don't know if he's in chat
really?
or not. Yeah, I'm targeting this, and I don't see his name above his head. I don't see Andy's skeleton name above his head either.
Sound like you press a hotkey to get rid of nameplates?
No, your nameplate's there.
Oh.
Zillus is there, mine's there. Just the 2 skeletons aren't. You have to buy 1.7 stacks of food and water in my 14-hour daily play sessions. There you go. Yeah, I usually buy like several stacks and then I just don't go back to town for a long time. It works well. Did set for get in? Yes, kinda, sorta. I'll tell you later, bro. I'll talk to you later about it.
I mean, it's on the play nice policy.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
He's using a friend's account. Short version. He's using a friend's account that's not currently playing.
The hell does that?
Yeah, nobody.
I want some Discord access.
Yeah, I definitely don't have that.
Well, that's gone. Nobody has that anymore.
Oh, they don't have a. They don't have a beta one.
Nope, it's gone. Beta is all the same. The alpha access that was there is archived, and I don't think you can post to it anymore. It's just archived, so we can reference it if need be. But yeah, nobody can post to it anymore. So you don't have to worry about that anymore at all. All future beta discussions should be on the normal channels.
Well, I'm lagged.
Yep, that was a bad lag spike. Packet loss, Zillith. Did you get that? Did you get those packet losses?
Yeah, his AFK getting data got nothing, I'm sure.
We need that data. Hope everything's going well as it can. Yeah, Burl, I'm down at my mom's house, like I was back in November. for the same reason. Well, no, different reason. When I was down here in November, it was for my mom's knee surgery. This time, it's because my stepdad went from the hospital to the ICU. So that's why I wasn't on yesterday, as I literally drove down here, got up, got a phone call at 7:30 in the morning, and packed up all my stuff and left by 9 o'clock in the morning. I was on the road, drove all the way down here, and yeah. So I'll be down here for at least a week, possibly longer, helping out the fam and, you know, hoping the best for my old stepdad. I have no EQ background. Found this game just too slow and cozy style. Doesn't feel the itch for me. Yeah, we're all sick. I mean, it's not going to be the game for everybody. It's not. It's definitely takes something special. Mama Griddle's your
there's a
favorite?
reason the devs are called Niche World Cult, not something gaming or.
Exactly, yeah. This game, it's built for a certain type of player. However, I think once you get into it, the combat is slow. If you don't like the slow combat, you're not going to like the game. But it's kind of like, saying to somebody, I use the Mario analogy all the time, platformers like Mario Brothers are not for everybody, but they are still fun games. I'm not a huge Mario fan where I'm going to sit there and play Mario all day, but I love playing Mario with my son. Like, we'll get together and we'll just play Mario Brothers levels for hours. He used to love to play Mario Maker, and we would just make stupid levels and just go through them just together and just have a blast. Again, not a play style for everybody, but it's still fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, this game is the same. It's something special, and I think people that grew up with EverQuest and loved EverQuest back then are going to love this game. But then also, there's another generation of players that there's like a generation or a type of like D&D style players or strategy, like turn-based strategies type players that would probably get into this MMO before they would get into some of the more action-based MMOs. Because it's a lot more strategic game. You need to think about things before you start the fight. Whereas a lot of games are, it doesn't matter until we start the fight. Then we can decide what we want to do based on what's happening. This game is definitely more of a preparation, then go into a fight kind of thing. And knowing what to do when certain things happen.
Like you just want to quote G.I. Joe.
Yes. Knowing is half the battle. It really is. Pantheon hit the perfect old school, new school feel, but the game's player count says otherwise. Well, I try to avoid talking too much about Pantheon these days because all I do is hate on it, according to like everybody. But Pantheon is going to have a faster paced game than this, with some of the old school feel. So ultimately what Pantheon is trying to do is bridge that gap between EverQuest gameplay and World of Warcraft live gameplay, like retail gameplay. And they're trying to make it a slightly faster paced old school game. And that certain audience are going to love that. The issue with Pantheon is not the game, but the speed at which the developers are creating it and the constant remaking of the game, and just the foundation is not there. There's just a lot of issues with that. And that's the reason that we all stopped playing it, is because they don't know, ultimately they know where they want to be in 10 years, but they don't know how to get there. And they keep trying to reinvent the wheel over and over and over and over. And it's just not fun to play. You don't know what you're going to get the next patch. Next patch could be a completely different game. And we got tired of it. So we kind of moved on from
So I played a decent amount of Vanguard, and I'll say Pantheon is so much, so much more Vanguard than EQ.
Yeah.
Just from the combat style specifically. Like you'd want to do a certain ability at certain times, like do other abilities. Like I don't want to say combo, but sort of combo. Oh no, wait, there were actually combos, right? You would expose something, and then somebody else would exploit it.
I didn't play Vanguard enough to know. I know that Pantheon did that, yes.
Yeah, Pantheon did it, and Vanguard also had that.
And EverQuest 2 had a similar situation with that, with like their, what were they called? Combat opportunity things, whatever they were doing. Hey, what's going on, Atomic
It's not
Frog?
something
How are you?
I like.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it personally, either. Pantheon followed the WoW action RPG gameplay. Yeah, they kind of are going in that direction. They're trying to make it less campy, like EverQuest. Very like sit in a camp, just like we're doing right here in Monsters and Memories. You sit here for hours and hours and hours. I totally get that not everybody's going to like that, but for those of us that do like that, this is exactly what we want. We don't want the exploration, constantly moving through a dungeon kind of gameplay. We want this sit down, actually have a camp, pull to the camp gameplay, and we enjoy that.
Yep.
When I played an
Which is
EP,
fine. Like some people are going to love the other combo. They like, causing something to bleed, and somebody else causing the bleed to be like amplified some way, and they like working together. But
yeah,
it's just not for me.
Lucky, thank you so much about my family. We're working through it. We're hoping he gets better. I'm gonna go visit him this afternoon, so won't be streaming the 12 hours or whatever it is I did on Monday. Well, if I'm allowed to. I'm waiting for a call from my mom to see if I'm allowed to even go up there today. It all depends on how he's doing. He's also got like an infection or something. Like you got to wear gloves and a mask and everything. That's why I'm not allowed to go up there. My mom is the only one currently that's allowed in the room, supposedly. I'm mostly here for if things turned for the worse. Is kind of the reason I came down. We thought it was that bad yesterday. That's why I packed up immediately and came down. So that's kind of where we're at. Also a wipe coming, so not a lot of people are willing to put in the work right now. There's not. We need more people putting in the work in this game, though, to prove that certain things are broken. The charm elephant, as I said in my title, there is a big charm elephant in the room, and we gotta fix that. It is a problem. I'm hoping the devs are getting data on that, because it is a serious issue. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring? Yeah. Final Fantasy XI had it too, where you had combos. Final Fantasy XI, I thought was a good balance between the slower paced EverQuest style gameplay and then like the more actiony gameplay. I feel like it was a decent balance between those. First round of crowdfunding in Pantheon 2014. Was eagerly waiting for almost a decade. Got to level 20, and the game just felt soulless. Exactly, yeah. That's the problem that I have with Pantheon. Right? It's not the game. The game to me looks fine. I don't mind the pacing of the game. If I wanted that style of game, like the pacing of it's fine. I don't like the combo attacks and all that, but I would live with it. The problem I have is the constant reiteration of the game. Like they literally have said this is what we want the game to be in the future, but then they continually tweak the game every 6 months to a year, making drastic changes to the foundation of the game, and it just doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Anyway, hope Monsters Memories adds a little bit more info on quest text, like keyword. I don't know if they're going to. That's a question for Nicodemus, though.
I hope they don't.
Adding in because like they did that in EverQuest, and they basically told you the keyword. But one thing I like about this game, and I liked about EverQuest original back in not P99, but back in 1999. Look out, there's a skeleton coming in. I liked where you had to figure it out. There's a quest in the cemetery inside of Night Harbor to get access, to get the key to access that. there's none of the key words are actually in what the guy says to you. You actually have to figure out a different thing to say. And I feel like it's kind of going in that direction of AI, where that would be a cool way to start doing stuff, to have that AI kind of interaction, so you can have a variety of different things to advance the quest. Like, hey, how can I access the cemetery at night? And the NPC says, oh, well, I don't recommend it, but if you really want to get in there at night, here's some things that you could do, or whatever. Or we need to cull the undead at night before we allow people to get in there. Are you willing to do that? And kind of turn it into more of an AI generated text.
I mean, I don't want to go that way, but I wouldn't mind having like drops in the area, maybe, and then like you find a note and then it has some words on it. You ask them about whatever stood out.
That's a way to do it. Like right now, the way that you get the cemetery key is you talk to the guy, and he tells you that the cemetery is unsafe at night. That's why they lock the gate. But you can go in during the day, and during the day you have to get these like rotten meat, basically. I forget the exact name of it, but you have to get some meat and then turn that back into him, and he's like, oh, this is weird, go take it to this librarian person, and then they give you some more information, and then it kind of keeps going from there. But I like that you don't have to just go in there and be like, cemetery key, and he's just like, yes, this is how you get the cemetery key. Like, you actually kind of have to think through the dialogue a little bit more. Like, read what he says. It's unsafe at night. And he's like, well, how can I help? I think that's might actually be what you say. I don't remember. But you actually say, how can I help? Rather than, unsafe at night kind of thing. Like, you don't repeat what they say back to them. You actually ask them questions. So, I don't know. I like that. Other devs remind me of a cat with a laser pointer. Oh, yeah, Pantheon devs? Yeah, absolutely. I played day one of early access release of Pantheon. Still playing now. Can't say the game has changed a whole lot, but in spring a lot would change. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's been, since early access started, the game hasn't changed a whole lot, but they have retweaked the wizard. They have changed like the Dire Lord, how the Dire Lord fights a lot, making it the best overall class in the game because it could just AoE kill everything. It was things that were broken. Adding in the Druid, which was completely broken when they first added it in for no apparent reason. Things like that. I'm fine with things not working properly. This game, a lot of things don't work properly when they first implement them, but there's a big difference, huge difference. For one, I'm not paying for this game yet. When I start paying in early access for this game, I expect things to be functioning properly. I don't expect Charm to be as powerful as it is when early access hits. If it is, I think a lot of people are not going to play the game. I had a couple friends of mine that were saying that they don't want to play this game with its current meta of throw a bunch of Charm classes into a group. So I think, there's a huge difference in philosophy between these companies. Ashes of Creation and Pantheon are very similar in their way that they're going about their business side of things. Not necessarily their game development, but their business side of things, which is charge people to test your game. And that's BS.
Yeah, I really felt like that in Pantheon.
They literally said that multiple times. The Pantheon devs said the game is in alpha, you are testers, blah, 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 blah. Literally, you are paying to test their game. That is not, in my opinion, what early access is. Early access is a soft release of a game. And the game should function, and you are now a paying customer. Niche World's Cult specifically has stated, Sean specifically, who is Niche World's Cult, in my opinion, has stated, when the game launches in early access, you are now paying us money. The game is launched. It is no longer in an alpha test, in a beta test. It is a launched product. Is it a complete launch product? No. And he understands that. But it's still launched, and we are paying them at that point. So it's just a different philosophy. Totally understand.
The only thing I really wanted to do was buy some merch for the game. But I understand why they didn't yet, but like it would have been optional at least instead of required, so it's kind of, I don't know. We went over that before though.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I feel like Ashes of Creation just kind of went that route of, no, we'll have people pay us, and that's the scam. That literally was the scam of Ashes of Creation. It was ultimately a pyramid scheme where you had somebody at the top who found investors to pay him. He did make a base game, and he hired on some devs to make the game. So I feel bad for the devs that they hired on. And then ultimately the idea was for the customer to just throw money at them to pay their investors back. You know, and it's just everybody, it ends up being the people at the very bottom funding everything. It was a big crowdfunding thing with zero intention of ever finishing that game. Charging people, $500 to get early access. Like, what? That makes zero sense. Which is exactly what Pantheon did in the beginning. I don't think that Pantheon started out as a pyramid scheme, but I think that I really do feel like the developers over time, or not the developers, the owners over time, somebody in the senior position definitely realized that they're making a profit without ever actually making a game. So they had no intentions of ever caring about finishing it. And it's proven to me when they get an influx of millions of dollars through Steam early access sales, and then get another influx of millions of dollars through angel funders or angel investors. And neither time did they hire new people. I haven't heard about a single new hire for the Pantheon team. They brought like a couple contractors back early on, and then they promoted people from within. But there hasn't been a single new hire when you have millions of dollars influx into the, like, what are you doing? It makes zero sense.
I mean, that's a management issue. Like,
that's
you
what
could
I'm
be the best game developer. It doesn't mean you know how to manage funds and manage a team either.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not like the developers. I feel sorry for the developers of Ashes of Creation. I really do. They were duped just as much as the community was in that situation. They thought they were building a game. They never were. They were duped by the management just trying to show somebody else, hey, we're building a game so that they can get more money. Literally is all was happening. And I think Pantheon's doing the same thing. I honestly do. They won't disclose who their angel investors were, which seems kind of shady to me. There's just a lot of just shadiness going on from the upper management and they don't have a project manager. They do now apparently, but it's literally the same, a promotion from within. Just so much shadiness going on. I just don't like it.
Yeah, if you don't like shadiness, Beast Wars Cult is going to have basically a ledger. We made this much money this month. So we have this much in expenses this month.
They have a ledger. Like, they've shown exactly how much.
Yeah, but they're going to reveal it. They're not going to just keep it.
They're going to tell us exactly, like, okay, they have 10,000 subs, so they made, what is that? 10,000 subs would be $150,000 in a month, and then they sold this amount of merch, so they gained this amount. Atomic Frog is in the chat right now. Atomic Frog is their accountant, so I'm sure that they know more about it than I do. But like their devs are actually here. They're showing up. They're giving us the information rather than saying, "Hey, here's what we're doing." It's got a volunteer team that has put in years, and I believe that at this point they deserve to be paid. That's why I'm glad they're going into early access in June, even if the game's not perfect. I think it's flushed out enough. It's in a very playable state. And I think these devs deserve to be paid at this point. Are they going to make the same as if they were to go to Blizzard or something? No, probably not. But give them a reasonable $50,000 to $100,000 a year salary. That's, in my opinion, a reasonable amount, depending on their role and etc. And then hopefully, if the game continues to grow, they can all get raises and start making more money as the game continues. So anyway.
Yeah, Burl, I remember, to tangent on something completely unrelated, but something you said was when Star Wars came out, Old Republic, we did splicing. Me and Dirk, I'm sure you've heard the name, and you probably know who that is. We had the most massive spreadsheet ever for splicing. Each mission, the name of the mission, how much it cost, and all the returns we got on it to figure out which missions were just the best, because we love spreadsheets.
Were you there when we did Arcade Set for? I don't think you played that, did you?
No, I did not jump on that bandwagon.
Dirk and I, we had everything planned out so we could get land in the beginning. We knew exactly what quests to do, what mobs to kill, and we had a perfect plan to get exactly a certain level to get these plots of land and then where to run. It was all perfectly planned out. That was probably the most fun part of that game, honestly, for me, was the initial rush, land rush. Super fun. I agree with you, though, Nicodemus. Yeah, saying the 1.0. Don't start a sub until 1.0 if you don't feel like the game is finished. If you don't trust this dev team, wait till 1.0. There will be, well, we say there will be. I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident that when 1.0 launches, they will launch new 1.0 servers. Because this game is going to continue to grow slowly, rather than be one of those games that releases at 1.0 and you have 10 million people that play it, and then over the course of 6 months it just slowly loses players. This is going to be one of those games that starts out with 10,000, 20,000. I think it's going to have 30 to 40,000 subs day one of early access, based on my personal knowledge and what's going on. But I think it's going to start out with, let's say, 10 or 20,000 subs, and then it's slowly going to increase up to 1.0. And then I think 1.0 is going to have another big boom of players. And then I think it's going to maintain numbers. I think at some point, it clearly, it's that type of game where people will start to fall off. They will do everything. You're going to, people are going to hit level 60, and then they're going to go from playing 15 hours a day down to 2 hours a day. That's absolutely going to happen. But I suspect that we're going to be able to watch, because the devs are going to give us this information, we're going to be able to watch the sub number grow, and then it's just going to plateau, if anything. And I don't think that we're going to actually see it drop. Something that a lot of people don't realize is that, in World of Warcraft, that sub number will go up and up and up, but the player base you'll see drop off. And it's well, why are there fewer players in game, but they're still making tons of money? Because they're still subbed to the game. And I think we're going to get the same thing out of this game.
I'm really interested in what their feedback is from the beta so far, because I felt like in the first 3 days, it was, even yesterday, finding a place to XP in a group was not easy. We went to how many places yesterday, Stein? 5? Just trying to find something we could duo, and it was not easy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the numbers are going to be right, or if obviously there's more zones going to be added, and that'll add more places too. But
yeah, Raw Sick, they're gonna show the player count for this game. They've already said, they have confirmed that they're going to show the player count, total number of subs, and every server, when you look at the server in the server list, will have a player count number next to it. How many players are currently on that server? They're going to be showing that information. It
was not easy because everything was taken. Sorry.
They've committed to it. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, they do it all the time for this game, which I think is huge. Why do I want Charm changed? Charm is too strong right now. It is way, 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 way too strong. So the reason that some of us have been complaining about charm for so long, and we're seeing it now in the beta, is because charming a monster, an even con monster is easily 2 times more powerful than a player of the same level, right? Because that's what even con means. So if I'm level 10 and I'm fighting a monster that's also level 10, and as you get higher level, that gap gets bigger and bigger. You should never be able to solo, well, not never, but it should be very difficult to solo an even con mob in this game. And charm currently allows you to charm mobs up to 4 levels higher than the spell that you got. So at level 4, you can charm a level 8 mob, which means you are level 4 and that mob is level 8. That's a red con mob to you. And red con mobs should be impossible, in my opinion, to kill solo. Period. They should just be impossible. They should be very challenging for a full group of 6 players, and they're currently not. Currently, like, the best way to XP is for a group to get together, fight red con mobs, charm several of them, and have those mobs kill the mob for you. Like, that's the best XP in the game. And what's happening right now is classes like your rogue, your wizard, your ranger, your spellblade, those are DPS classes, and they're being outclassed by a charm, which an enchanter or a bard is doing. An enchanter and bard are supposed to be utility. They have a lot of utility, but now they can have the most utility and charm a pet that does the most damage in the group. So that adding 1 enchanter to your party is the equivalent of adding 3 DPS to your party if you have a party of 6. And what I mean by that is the mob alone is going to increase, like the charmed mob alone is going to increase the DPS of your party by like equivalent of having 2 DPS in your party, like 2 rogues. Adding 1 enchanter charming is the equivalent of adding 2 rogues. Then on top of that, they're able to buff their charmed pet, and they're able to buff the rest of the party, which is like adding another DPS to the party. So adding 1 enchanter is like adding 3 rogues to a party currently. It's just way too strong. So if you add in a party, instead of adding a DPS, every time you add in another enchanter charming, you're just exponentially making your XP better. So think of it this way. If you have a party of, let's say, like a tank, a healer, a ranger, a spellblade, and a rogue, then you have those 5 classes. That gives you, let's say, 500 DPS. But if you put 5 enchanters in your party, that's like 1,000 DPS. So because of the mobs that they're charming. So you can see how but they're still only splitting the XP 5 ways, but they're doing almost 50% or almost 100% more damage. So they're killing almost 100% faster with only splitting the mob, the XP same, right? 5 ways. So it's just, yeah. Is it because of gear? It is not. That's the problem. Charm does not require gear. Like, you can literally charm from level 1 to 60 off of just basic gear if you really want to. It's completely and utterly broken. Even if you gear up the melee classes with really good gear, charm is still better. Because it's going to take you at least, 20, 30 levels before you're going to start getting gear. Like, I'm level 15, and I only have 1 item that has stats on it, this cleaver, and then my breastplate, which was a quest breastplate. So like, getting gear in this game is very, very slow. So you expect melee to have to go into these dungeons, camp gear for potential hours and hours and hours and hours, getting very slow XP, where you have a charm class that's just going to blast through it all using charm. Especially if they're charming in a group with other charm classes, they're going to blast through it, and they're able to get the gear easier. It's not good. It's just, the balance is way off. Way off. EQ had it so Charm stole 50% of the XP if he did more damage. They could do that, and there's a lot of things they could do in this game. They need to do them. Otherwise, you're just going to see nothing but Charm classes. Like, let's see who all, right? We do a who all. There's 275 players online. Who all?
Do 25 plus. Do 25 plus.
Okay, so who all 25 to 60. Out of that, you have... Well, the problem with this, a lot of it is going to be... There are people that are grouped up with these, but you have an archer who is very solo heavy. You have an enchanter, an elementalist who's level 30, who's probably... I don't know if he's been grouping or not. Hoop has been playing this game for a long time. You have another paladin, you have another enchanter, you have a druid, and then a beastmaster who's also very good at solo. So really, out of these, the only classes that aren't good at solo are the Shadow. Well, the Shadow Knight doesn't count. Is the paladin, the one paladin? Everybody else in that group is extremely good at solo, and their charm. So the archer is probably the best, one of the best solo classes in the game. The enchanter can charm stuff. The other enchanter can charm stuff. The beastmaster has broken pets right now. It's basically charming stuff, and the druid can charm stuff.
And the elementalist can charm.
The elementalist can also charm, but I'm pretty sure
it's very hard to find them, but it's there.
I'm pretty sure Hoop has just been playing nonstop. Like he knows
playing with enchanter.
He may also be playing with the enchanter. Like the two of them together. It's just broken. It's broken, guys. They have to fix it. I like Charm being strong. The balance is clear. Yeah. I don't mind Charm being strong as long as they balance it.
So, like, let's say, like right now we have a Charm pet in the group. If it were to break, I can cast one spell on it as a druid, and it comes to me.
Yeah.
One thing. And it's like a 2-second cast. So there's like no threat of it running over and being upset at the Necro.
Exactly. Like it's like a mim wipe, or like when it breaks, the charmed pet has like one threat to everybody in the group or something, or like one threat to the person that charmed it. It's really, really minimal. It's like a mim wipe every single time. Every time that they re-charm, like right now, Stein is doing this not even the best way possible. The best way to charm is to charm and have your charm pet tank what you're fighting so that it also loses health, and then switch your charm pet.
Well, you're here, so we can't do that.
Well, I'm here, and I'm apparently pulling aggro for whatever reason.
Yeah, we were doing that yesterday. We were doing exactly that.
Yeah.
The mob would get low,
and
he would IVU, which, by the way, if you, in EQ originally, if you would cast a Viz on yourself, your charm would go away, because your pet would also go away at the time. Right? If you were a mage or a necro and you went invisible, your pet would disappear because they didn't think it had a master. Like right here, it just broke. I'm casting a spell. It's on Sever.
Yeah. Like right now.
But now, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I think you could break pets on command.
The thing is, too, that we also have to consider is I'm in the party. I'm literally just leeching XP at this point. Like, I am a net negative to the party, which is not good for people that are trying to get to level 60 very quickly. They don't want to add somebody like me to the party. They don't want to add anybody that's going to slow their XP down. But we're all friends, so we don't mind going a little bit slower to catch people up. So like that's why I'm grouped up with these guys, is because, you know, I've been friends with them for like 20 plus years, and we've been gaming together for a long time. Like we want to level up together, we want to play together, but at the same time, like it's if you build your party, like in early access, we're going to build our party around charm. As it currently stands, we're going to have multiple classes with charm, and we're going to blast through levels so stinking fast. And it's going to ruin the game for other people. What do you think is going to happen when all these people that are charm killing mobs get to level 60? They're not going to just be like, okay, we're just going to, you know, we're going to let everybody keep playing the game the way they're playing. No, they're going to go back to these old other dungeons. They're going to camp the best stuff in the game so that you now can't camp it, and you can't do the content because they're going to be level 60 with, you know, crazy amounts of DPS, and they're just going to be clearing entire zones. And the naysayers are the people that are going to get it because they're like, they don't want charm to be nerfed. And they're going to be the ones that punish everyone else in the game. You know, I can't see the future, but I'm telling you that's what's going to happen.
Also, at lower level, charms don't break easy.
Yeah.
Like, since I mentioned that I cast that spell on the mob, it's still charmed. Sitting over here, just sitting down.
Would I play the game if the charm didn't change? I mean, I probably will still play it. I'm only going to play this game as long as I have people to play it with, though. That's what the whole point of this game is playing it with friends. I will quit this game if, like, I don't have my friends to play it with. Like, absolutely. I just, like, there's no point. Why continue playing a game that you're going to end up soloing? Like this, right? If I wanted to play a solo game, I'd go play a solo game. I can go play Resident Evil Requiem right now, and I've been wanting to play it. Solo game. I can play it at my speed whenever I want. But I've been playing this game because I have friends that play it. We're all having fun, hanging out, chatting, doing this kind of stuff. But it's going to end up getting ruined if they don't fix a lot of this soloing and charming stuff. Monster members of Kill Pantheon? Maybe. Why did all of a sudden...
I do think Dire Charm was good.
I missed out.
Did you play with Dire Charm?
I played with Dire Charm, yeah. I played Enchanter in EverQuest 1.
So, you know, at that point, the mob is like, what, 15 levels lower than you? Because, you know, it's right next to green and blue.
Yeah.
Was what light blue was for Dire Charm. And if you could only charm mobs at that level and they lasted forever, obviously that would be fine, but...
I missed a lot of chat, by the way.
I don't know if they
want to
do that.
But my YouTube chat just showed up all of a sudden, like all at once. So I'm not going to go back and read all that because it was a lot. It was like my YouTube views weren't showing up until just now. So I apologize if we're not reading your stuff. Feel free to repeat your questions if you have questions that you want me or Setfer or some of the devs or whatever to answer if I didn't read it off. Thanks for taking the time to yap and explain all the answers to questions. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Like, I love doing that stuff. Like, I don't mind it at all.
If you have a specific question, it's a lot easier than just why is Charm strong?
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's
more to it.
I could write like I wrote a Druid post and I didn't even go into Charm at all, and I went down to 20,000 characters. I had to break it up into like 10 different things on the Discord.
Yeah. Like, people, when they ask questions like, you know, why is Charm strong or why is solo XP better, there's a lot of factors to it. Like, it's too broad of a question to really answer. I can break it up into little pieces and explain it, but you have to be able to see all the little pieces. It's like putting a puzzle together. You know, you can't see the full picture until you get all the pieces in there. But it's like solo XP right now isn't the best XP in the game. However, it is one of the best ways to level. And the reason I say that, and because a lot of people have asked me that question in the past, like, why do you think solo XP is so good? The reason for that is because basically what I've just been saying is that soloers are only going to want to group with other soloers. Because if you group 6 solo classes together, you're getting the best XP. Now, the best XP in the game is a party of 6 people, but if they're solo classes. If you're a solo class that is good at soloing, like any charm class, is going to be better XP than a full group of non-solo classes together. So if you take like a fighter, a cleric, a couple of rogues, you know, and you just put all of those non-solo classes together in a group, crap XP, terrible XP, compared to any good charm solo class. Like, it's the absolute worst way to XP.
I can expound upon that even more. So, I'm going to go as a druid, right? Druid is a primary healer. They have a little bit of nuking, a little bit of dotting, a little bit of charming. If I were trying to solo, I can solo. Even without charm, right? I can root a mob, snare a mob, dot a mob, nuke a mob, all that. If I had critical to the group, all my mana and all my resources that were going to damage, now I have to heal.
Yeah.
And healing is no damage. And that is something that's really hard to balance in any game, but
Yeah,
it just means we're not killing as fast.
Yeah, so basically set for what he can do all that. Now, some people will, the argument to that, right? The opposite side of that would be, well, you're reducing downtime. You're able to continually kill. Well, that's the thing about charming is they can continually kill pretty much nonstop. They don't really have any downtime either. Whereas, adding a druid and fighter together in a party, yeah, it's going to make we're zero downtime. The fighter can keep fighting stuff, the druid keeps them healthy, and they keep going forever and ever. But yeah, charming, if you do it right, you just charm a mob and you sit down and you meditate. And then if the charm breaks, you charm a mob and you sit down and meditate. Like, you don't need to do much. It's just literally casting one spell as a solo player.
How much mana is your charm right now, Andy?
I don't want to talk about charm anymore.
No, I just want to know the mana cost.
60.
And we have 600 mana.
Like, I already heard this conversation multiple days.
You have. We all have. We've talked about it a bunch, but that's what people want to know right now. So, which mobs drop beta invites? This one right here, this guy right here, this green mob. So if you see these green mobs, definitely go kill them. They will always drop a beta invite if you can kill them, like 100% of the time. But they're really hard to kill. Herbstalk, that's not necessarily a true statement, by the way. This isn't a raid-heavy game. This is about leveling. That is a misconception of this game. This is not a raid-focused game where the primary, like the majority of the content is about raiding. There are plenty of raids in this game. The majority of content will be group-focused, single-group content. But what they mean by that is that you're going to be doing stuff like this a lot. You're going to be killing, camping mobs and all that. There's definitely going to be raids. 100% there are raids. I can confirm at least 4 raids in the game.
And by raids, you mean at least 2 groups, right?
Minimum 2 groups.
2 to 4-ish?
Yeah, minimum 2 groups needed, up to, for the tougher ones, 4 groups needed.
Yeah. So it's not like a EQ raid where it was 72 people, though.
Correct. It's a smaller amount, for sure. I would like to see bigger raids. I think expeditions might be upwards of 5, 6 groups, maybe. I don't know that they're going to go over that, ever. They may. Who knows? We'll have to see how it plays out. But that's the thing, is a lot of people keep saying, they keep trying to paraphrase the devs rather than quote the devs. This is not a raid-focused game, but it will have raids in it. So we gotta make sure that we look at it that way. Can we talk about the play nice policy? You new to that? Yeah. What do you want to know about the play nice policy? I mean, there's a lot to it. So more specific.
I do recommend everybody read it, but it is long.
It's a very long.
Go
read.
through almost everything.
It's definitely a bathroom read after a night of Taco Bell, kind of thing.
Isn't that every night for you?
Not when I'm down here in Florida. But yes, normally.
I guess they don't have Taco Bell in Florida.
They do. I just don't eat it down here. We're more of a Five Guys family. We go to Five Guys for. Yeah, TLDR, exactly what Atomic Frog said. But don't be a wiener, okay? I'm more PG. But yeah, just don't be rude to people. Just be nice. Be nice. If somebody's killing something, camping something, if they're in an area, don't run into that area and kill them, or not kill them, but kill the things that are in that general area. That's.
I would think one thing it needs to be expanded on, because there's drama every time there's like a new server, is mining nodes or wood on lumber, because people just love causing drama over that, and I don't even know how they want to. I don't even know if they know how they want to tackle that.
Well, the nodes is a first come first serve. So if you see somebody
mining,
if you see somebody add a node, you're supposed to let them mine it. Is what you're supposed to.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that in the play nice policy, so
Is it not in there?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, and I would love to be.
Yeah.
I would love to point people and be like, hey, yeah.
My SK is looking good. I'm playing a fighter, so it's looking real good. No, Shadow Knights are a very good class. I was told, because I made a tank video over on YouTube. That was a couple weeks ago now. I made a tank video on there, and somebody made a comment recently on that video that another person's perspective, it was that fighters were the worst of the tanks. And let's go with that. Yeah, let's continue with that, because that benefits me quite a bit. So, yeah.
Honestly,
they're the worst tank.
I kind of agree.
In some ways, they're the worst, yes. In some ways, they're the worst.
You don't have a resource to use besides just auto attack.
That's true, yeah.
Like, even just chain standing on a paladin or an inquisitor or mezzing or charming or snaring.
Yeah.
Got a tank can't charm.
So the thing that a
Nobody's listening to me anymore.
yeah, well, you said you didn't want to talk about charm
conversation,
anymore,
remember?
and you brought it back up. We
I want
moved
you guys
on.
talking about it.
Oh, okay. Only the charm people. So you can charm, therefore you're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense.
I can talk about it then.
Well, yeah, Sephiroth can talk about it.
You see me talking about tanking?
Yeah, your skeleton's tanking right now. Well, no, it's not. I am.
I'm not talking about it.
That's true. You're not. Anyway, I agree. By the way, Italika, I do agree. Five Guys is very, very, very overpriced. I keep telling my mom, like, we need to stop eating Five Guys. We can't afford this. It's like eating at a 5-star restaurant. But she really likes Five Guys. It's the one place where she will eat like a whole hamburger. And my mom, she's not like a super crazy skinny person, but she needs to eat more.
Come back time. Spirit of Wolf. Speed of the Wild.
So I like going to Five Guys with her. She'll actually eat a hamburger and drink a milkshake and eat some fries, and I'm like, good, you finally ate a full meal, rather than like a bird where she eats like 2 pieces of broccoli, one little bite of chicken to get her protein for the day, and then like
Your mom's the bird?
he eats like a bird.
That explains a lot.
It's weird. Yeah, it does explain a lot.
Did she regurgitate your food for you when you were little?
She did not regurgitate her food. No, that's just disgusting.
What conversation did I come into?
Hey, what's up, Isar? We're just chatting with random food stuff.
I came in and I was like, regurgitation of food and feed.
Isar, that's how the rest of us feel when you and Kaz are having a conversation and we join in. And we're talking about like crazy medical weird stuff happening. We don't. Ugh. No.
Oh man, I have to walk away from my family all the time. My mom's a nurse. My sister's a physical therapist. My brother-in-law works in the ICU, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear all this stuff.
It's gross, dude.
And I just walk away.
It's gross. The things that they deal with. I mean, Kaz and Isar don't deal with a lot of that because they're different types of doctors, but yeah.
Yeah, we hate them, so we stand.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah, they stare at a computer screen all day and read charts. Snicker key for. Wait, you need to know what you need? Yeah, you need the diseased meat. Yeah, that's what it's called. Talk to the guy that's right outside that door if you don't know how to do the quest. There's a guard that kind of paths right back and forth outside the main gate that goes over that bridge. Talk to that guy, and you have to give him diseased meat. Or like, I think he gives you a bag, and you have to fill it with diseased meat, give that to him, and then he tells you to go to the librarian. The librarian's like, oh my goodness, and then tells you to go back to the guy and do some other stuff.
Is that the ranger starting quest, or was that something else?
That's the cemetery key quest,
Okay.
which I haven't done. Ooh, got another burned parchment. Nice. Bronze chain wrist guards. I'll use that for now.
Criddle, what cloak do you have?
I have a bronze plate cloak.
Cloak. I'll give you this one that I have.
Okay. Oh, you coming over here, by the way? You on Gith?
Yeah, I have Commander's Cloak.
Ooh, nice. Heck
Do you
yeah.
want to go, do you want to go to Ancient Crypt? The Mangler's Temple is
I do not.
I'll do
there are
whatever
a lot
people
of
want to do.
Who's that? No, it's just a temple here.
I'll do
There are
whatever.
20 people in the zone, Rogue. I don't know how hard has it been to pull. Andy, has there been like lots of little groups out there? Or
Normally during the day, this spot is pretty crowded. The only reason we're getting mobs now is it's early.
Never mind.
We can go into. There's a lot of stuff we can do over here. Hopefully, I would like to
Because
transition
yesterday-
into that cave over there, Rotfang Cave. If nobody's
Because
in there.
yesterday we were able to camp the Mangler and everyone got exploded.
Nice. That's awesome. Best guess for 1.0?
Altogether,
Yeah. Best guess would be at the earliest this time next year. Well, no, not even this time next year. At the earliest, June 1st of next year, of 2027. They're going to be in early access, I think, for at least a year. But the thing is about this game, they already have a plan for releasing content. So Module 1 is... Don't quote me on any of these dates. They're not set in stone. Module 1 is set for September of this year. Module 2 is around December. Module 3 is around March of next year. And then Module 4, which might be 1.0, is going to be around June of next year. That's the plan, is every 3 months to come out with new modules. And I think they're going to be able to do it for the most part. I think that some of those are going to be pushed back, like, 4 months, 5 months maybe.
yeah, I mean, I think the beginning one's a Vini as I try to finish up.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
Module 1...
Expand on classes and abilities and...
Yeah, Module 1 is like 80% done from what I understand.
Yeah. I almost feel like Module 1 may have been able to be released, like, real soon. So,
Yeah,
I meant the one after that.
Yeah, the Module 2, yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Just depends on what... I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on early access sales. If they get a lot of money, like if they actually get a lot of people playing the game and they start making a good bit of money and they can start paying people, they could potentially hire on more devs. There are devs that aren't willing to volunteer their time. So like being able to pay, like actually hire on devs would be beneficial.
Or have
to
people
them.
quit their day job and actually work for this full time that I've already worked.
Yeah,
worked
that's
here.
another one. Yeah, the people that could quit their day job. Absolutely.
Andy, are you keeping that pet?
Yeah.
Don't expect 10K or more off the rip. Oh, I expect this game to have minimum 20,000 subs day one of early access. I called that. I called that number
3 months in.
Yeah, I called that number months ago, and I think they're going to easily have 20,000 people day one. Now, will those people stick around for months and months and months? We'll have to see. But absolutely,
That's why I mentioned 3 months because I think 3 months is like FOMO, right? People love doing this new hot thing.
Yeah. So I think this team is intelligent enough to know. Thank you so much, Lisa. To know that they can't spend all of their money at once. They can't just like, just hire everybody in 2 months, pay out everything, and just run out of money. They're going to be smart enough. They're going to slowly hire on people and based on what they're currently earning.
Anyone need food and drink? I'm going to be summing a bunch now.
ESO barely gets that on Steam? Yeah, because ESO is not a good game. In my opinion, it's not. It's not this, right? You have to also remember, like, this is a new...
get into it.
Yeah, this is a new, fresh game. ESO's been out for how long? Like 10 years?
Years.
Yeah, like a long time. So this is a brand new game. It's going to get a big influx of players. You're going to have WoW people coming over here, Final Fantasy 14. coming over here. EverQuest players that are currently playing EverQuest coming over here. You're going to see at least 20,000. I think we're going to get probably pretty close to 50,000 subs. But I wouldn't bank on that. I would bank on 20,000. I'm not a betting person, but I'd be willing to bet 20,000 subs or more. It's the start of early access. But I only bet on things that I can guarantee, and I have zero way to guarantee that's happening. $20 day one. $20. 20,000 subs day one. At least. I personally think it's going to be closer to 50. And then I think that those numbers will slowly fall off. It'll take about at least a month for those numbers to slowly fall off. The thing is, difference between this and other games, I'm not going to even mention them at this point, so we don't start a whole conversation. But other games going into early access, they only had content. They had levels up to 50 or 60 or whatever their levels could go to, but they only had content for half of that. This game actually has content all the way to level 60. And the getting to level 60 is going to take you hundreds of hours. Even if you're making a perfect group of charmed characters in a 6-man party and blasting through levels, it's still going to take you several hundred hours to get to level 60. So it's got a long time for people to play. So I don't think that those numbers are going to just drastically drop like they do in a lot of other games. Because people are going to go into it. You're going to know in the first hour if you like this game or not. It's going to be either too slow for you, the visuals aren't going to be great. The things that turn people off on this game, you're going to know instantly. And people are just going to say, they're going to look at it without even playing it and say, I don't like the looks of it, I'm out. And they're not even going to sub. The people that do sub, they already know what they like about the game, and they're going to continue to play it for at least a month. And stay subbed for at least a month. I mean, you got to stay subbed for at least a month because you pay for a month at a time, but you know what I mean. Like, Pantheon never got 10,000? Yeah, they did. Pantheon had like 100,000 people buy the game or something. Yeah, Pantheon had a lot of people buy that game.
Why is your pig tanking so much?
Betting on something you can't guarantee insider trading. It is kinda but not really. Insider trading's a whole other animal. You can still lose with insider trading. Absolutely still lose with insider trading. But yeah, anyway. They never hit 7K concurrent? Correct. They never hit 7K concurrent. I'm not talking about concurrent players. I'm talking about subs to the game. Those are two completely different arguments. Just being a jerk. No, you're good, Horace. I'm just messing with you too. It's all good, dude.
Be right back. I'm gonna go make some coffee.
Okay.
Concurrent's what people care about mostly? Yeah, of course they do. So if you want to talk about concurrent, I still think this game is going to have day one like 10,000 plus concurrent players easily, because I think there's going to be 50,000 people that sub to it. But you got to think, concurrent players in a worldwide game, they play at different hours. You're not going to ever have, if I say they're going to have 20,000 subs, then you think maybe 25% of those will be online at any given time. 50% maybe at a peak time, right? Like at peak US time, sure, we might get 50% of those players online. But yeah, that's
Speaking of,
that's a
go to
different,
the server thing and make sure you write down what server you want.
yeah. Do the server survey. Definitely go do that. It's not set in stone. You can change it at any time. They just need the data for it. So go do that if you haven't done it. GTA 6 will break concurrent world record. Oh yeah, absolutely. GTA 6 when it launches, you're gonna have every single streamer like with any type of name behind them playing that game.
I will not play it. You know, I don't like GTA.
You don't have a name
I like
behind
Saints
you.
Row.
Neither do I.
I liked Saints Row a lot. I did not like GTA.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the different
Yeah.
the feeling of the world.
Do you remember that time Charm was broken to Monsters and Memories? I absolutely do. That's currently happening. Yeah. We've moved on from the Charm chat. Andy was kind of getting irritated with us. But we all agree. Charm is broken, needs to be fixed. Thanks, devs, for fixing it. It's completely busted. Completely busted. Beta currently have multiple server choices? No, Beta has one server for PvE and one for PvP.
Yeah. If you want a PvP, you have two choices.
You have another. That's another thing. Like, I don't think the PvP. Some people would disagree with me, so we'll see who's right or wrong in the end. But the PvP in this game is not going to be popular. I don't care how much the PvPers are begging for it. It's going to fall flat very quickly. That's where you're going to lose the concurrent players. You're not going to lose them. You're not going to lose the subs or the concurrent players on the PvE servers. You're going to see, like, if this game gets, let's say, 20,000 subs day one, I would think that maybe 1,000 of those, 2,000 tops, are going to be PvP players. And that's going to have a significant, probably 80% drop-off within the first month of players. I 100% see that happening.
I don't see that much happening, but
I do.
Some people really like PvP, so it's hard.
They like
those
PvP,
who like PvP. Boy, do they like PvP!
Yeah, but that's like the niche of the niche, right? We're already a niche game, so we're not going to have like a huge amount of players. And the people that like PvP and this type of game is such a small number. It's like a tiny, tiny number. But you have to, like, I think that you're going to have a huge influx of PvP players. It's going to look like PvP is super popular in the beginning. And it might, like, just like it was in Pantheon. Oh, hang on a second. I got to take this call. I'll be back in just a second. My mom is calling me from the hospital.
I mean, I played PvP on EQ release. I don't know if anybody else in the group did. I remember having my med spellbook open and having to cast the alert spell. So if anybody walked around me, I would get an audio ping because Medic was full screen. And then I get up and look, and it's just a wolf. Yeah, those were good times. I think a lot of people honestly want the PvP server just to do their own type of, like, I don't want to call it vigilante justice, but like police their own server, right? Without GM involvement.
I think that's, more what they're going to do than anything.
Which I think is fine. Like, some people like that, and obviously if you go into that server, you know it can happen, so.
Mom's going to call me back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's bad news. I don't know.
I actually, a lot of people will probably hate me, but I liked the original World of Warcraft PvP because it was just Faction A versus Faction B. So it didn't really water it down too much. And even then, you had safe zones you could go to.
Yeah, they talked about that in this game and trying to do a faction PvP. Like, they've been asking Nick and Sean, the PvPers have been asking Nick and Sean to have more PvP rule sets with factions, like good versus evil or something.
I just don't see it here.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we need the deep races in, because you would assume deep races would be the evil races, because that's just how they are in every game. But that's not necessarily the case. But
I think halflings will be the evil race because we eat everything, which means everybody.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of, I'm almost out of food again. How much food have you ate? You were even, right?
I was even last I checked. I'm at 14-14, so I've eaten 3 foods since I last checked.
I've summoned 8 food of them. I'm down to 2. I've used 6 food and 2 water.
Yeah, I'm using them at the exact same rate right now. Like, it hasn't changed for the past 6 food and water.
Yeah.
I think, though, it's going to be like, by the time... Oops, she's calling back again. By the time I hit 10, I think I'll probably have a difference. All right, let me take this call again.
I do want lizards in the game. I don't want them to be like Kunark Ixars. I want like lizards. I also want like crab people or fish people, like underwater, or you could be
Suburban.
Zoidberg. Like who doesn't want to be Zoidberg and just make that sound as you walk away? Would you play a turtle necro, Andy? Would you be like a turtle race?
So tall. It's tall, but
That's all you care about is it's tall.
be a short king.
Oh yeah, I want a eagle form for druids. I don't want to fly. I don't want to like go up to Z-axis. I just want it as a... I'm flying away from a mob. Because obviously that should be faster than walking. And you can't cast spells in it because you're a bird. Like little... I think every druid form should have a downside to offset its good side. But I think the thing I want the most is the underwater, like, plant. It gives off a little bit of light and a little bit of oxygen. Be like the campfire version for underwater zones. Do you use Beastmasters actually change into rats? People who play Beastmaster? I don't know if I've actually seen anybody do that.
I think I've seen it.
I know they can, I just don't think I've actually seen it. Where like every druid I feel like is almost eagle form or jackal form. That's pretty cool, being a rat. I mean, I don't want to get into that discussion again.
Already did that
Merc.
in Pantheon. Tournaments are rat.
Did you actually ever get that? I know we camped
Yep,
a lot.
I got it before it got. I got the ring at a super rare drop rate, and then like I think it was 2 weeks later they made it like super easy to get, so everybody had one.
Fun stuff. Hey, look, it's daytime coming. We can see again. I've noticed I haven't actually done wolf form. The only time I did it in queue, I guess, was for the duration, because it would last longer. But since it doesn't last longer, I just stay a halfling. Have any of these beetles turned yellow yet, Andy?
Oh probably calm the ones over here. I think they're all good still.
Okay. I was debating if I should try it again at 19, but I guess not. Which I'm
Yeah, they're all red. It's 23.
20% from. Another small thing I would like would be when you open your spell book, have a search. If they don't want to like do like spell sets, I should be able to type in the name of the spell or the type of spell at the top at least. Like if I know I want snare up, I should be able to type in snare. And it only shows those spells that qualify. Man, once I have like 30 pages of spells.
Just gonna organize them better.
Yeah, that's fun for that level of combat, but when you're like, if we're backfiring, I don't want to cast a 1200 damage nuke or whatever, right?
On Alpha, I was juggling between 2 spell books.
Ugh. Not truly a fan of that, just because I like going to a vendor and like having a little checkbox where you could have in your queue, you know, if you know a spell, you just know it. It's in your book, so it doesn't show up as something purchasable, so you don't like double purchase it. I wish I could do that for my like equipped spell book. Do you actually even have to have your spell book in your belt, or can I put it somewhere else?
You have the spells memo.
Yeah, it looks like you can take it off, but if I open up my spell book, it doesn't show up. Are we killing your pet?
Just trying to find out what happened to the mob I pulled.
I mean, it'll show up eventually. Who knows what it'll come with? Looks like there's a lot more people mining here too today, just running around looking for nodes.
You didn't notice that was going on a lot yesterday too?
It was a little bit, but it wasn't like this level. I've seen like 4 different people already today. Maybe because I'm more paying attention to it because I think I'm high enough to mine them now. I hit 125 last night. Sorry, he starts back.
Yeah, yeah.
You make some good food?
I just made coffee.
That's a no.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
I do not drink coffee. I'm not a coffee person. My only vice addiction is, well, besides, you know, gaming, would be Coca-Cola.
Oh, dude, Coca-Cola's so good.
That's it. I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee.
You able to summon your
All that stuff's too
corpse
expensive these days.
on a necro alt? No. No, you cannot summon, like, you can't target, you have to be able to target the character that you want to summon. So no, you cannot summon, like, an alt corpse. I don't even think you can consent an alt, because both characters have to be online to consent. Like, to drag a corpse. So
I just consider somebody. It says you give so and so permission to drag all your corpses, and they're not online.
okay, maybe
I don't
maybe
even
you
know if
can
I
do
have
that.
a corpse.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure if you can consent or not, but you cannot summon a corpse that is not online because you have to be able to target the player, or you have to be able to target the corpse at least. So you could summon it, I guess, if you can target it and then run to the other end of the zone and then summon it. That might work. But you'd have to like run down to it, target it, and then run away and then summon it.
I'm sure Andy knows this answer.
You might.
How many times have you summoned a corpse, Andy?
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's expensive to summon a
Well-
corpse, so you're probably not even be able to afford it at this level. You need 10 gold to be able to summon one corpse. Unless they change those prices. FPS? Did we have a frames drop? Yeah, we had a frames drop there for a second. I'm in Florida again, so that's what happened last time I was in Florida. I had crazy amount of frames drops. This time around, though, I have a different setup. I'm directly plugged into the modem. Or to, well, the modem router, whatever. I'm literally directly plugged into that. So we're taking out the middleman of the Wi-Fi and, you know, all of the other things. So hopefully it's better.
Yeah, I've definitely started in the Wood Elf Tree City and fallen off and lost my corpse. I had to make a new character at level 1 already. Because I don't know where I fell, right? You just fall to the side and it's like, well, you're on the 4th floor. It's not helpful. It's, I find it hard getting around there just because you can't see the sky. It's hard to find like a distance marker where you can like keep it in sight.
You can't see what guy?
The sky. Like you can't see the sky, so it's hard to get around.
Yeah,
So
what,
like you
what guy?
I hate you. And then, even then you have to backtrack up and down like hills to get around places. It's just I don't know. I have a hard problem over there.
It is tough over there, yeah. You just gotta learn landmarks.
Yeah, I think I just have to put in a lot more time.
It took me a while. I spent several hours over there one day running around doing stuff. I still don't know the zone super well, but I know it better than I did. I can get through it. Slap me in there somewhere, I'll run around for a couple minutes, figure out where I'm at, and be able to know where to go, but it takes a few minutes.
Just be careful at nighttime because the mushroom people will turn KOS when they're not during the day. We found that out the hard way. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely difficult.
That phone call, by the way, for those that have been interested in keeping track, the phone call was not a good call. Looks like we might be moving him to hospice. So we're still waiting to hear from doctors. Anyway, I don't want to bring everybody down, but there might be people that were actually curious. That's why I play Rogue. Maybe we need no need for me to DPS, but one hand. Oh, for corpse recoveries, yeah. Rogues are good for corpse recoveries for sure. Yeah, they're terrible for DPS right now. Well, they're not terrible. Like I pick on rogues a lot, right? I say that rogues are one of the worst classes to put in your group, and they are.
I mean,
Like I'm not wrong.
they're not an archer.
Yeah, they're not archer, but rogues are good DPS. However, they require a lot of gear to do that, and they require a good damage delay ratio weapon. If you don't have those things, rogues are terrible DPS. Archers,
I think the weapon things is fair, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a melee DPS.
Yeah.
You gotta upgrade your weapon.
Yeah, but like the archer can upgrade their weapon and be good, whereas a rogue can upgrade their weapon and be okay, but then they also still need a bunch of strength. I think what it is like the what makes an archer or a rogue good is their damage delay, because they're meleeing. They're basically just meleeing mobs, and then they have their backstab and ambush abilities, which are all based on the damage delay of the weapon. So the better damage delay of the weapon, the more damage they do with their backstab and ambush abilities. So the archer is different from that. The archer has their bow attacks, which do a good bit of their damage, but then they also have additional abilities that do damage as well. So, sorry, I'm getting a bunch of text messages. Oh boy!
Oh no!
No!
No. Well, have fun pulling. Still, I lost you guys. I was not next to the campfire when this happened.
Uh-oh. I see
Found
you.
it.
You're good.
Oh boy.
Anyway, the rat thing, yes, they can turn into rats. There will be
but
additional...
I don't think I've seen many do it.
It's a higher level spell, I think. Not higher level, but like it doesn't start at like level 1, or maybe they just haven't bought the spell yet. I don't know. I don't know what level.
What's the buff you get for doing it besides just changing form? Is there like a?
I don't even know if it gives you stat buff or not. I think it's just it makes you look different. It should give you a stat buff, like more agility or something.
I was comparing it to the druid jackal wolf form, and I was like, I see so many druids and those forms, but not many beastmasters in rat.
Not great news, praise for your family. Yeah, it's not good news for him right now. We're still waiting to hear back. He was going to go into dialysis this morning for his, I said liver failure, I think, is dialysis. But the doctor this morning, long story short, said that his heart would fail if they put him on dialysis, which is obviously worse. Like, both are bad, but...
There's a mop here, Andy, if you need it.
The heart issue is the bigger issue.
Are you here? I can't see you.
Kidneys? Is that what it is? Thank you, Higgs. I appreciate it. I'm not a medical person at all. Don't ever take medical advice from me. Ever.
Don't take medical advice from anybody on the internet.
Well, that's true.
Let's be honest. They should always be saying, don't take medical advice from me, because...
Never, ever, ever take it from me. Ever. Like, you could tell me your blood pressure, and I'd be like, okay. I just don't understand this.
I was going to go like, let's say I go on a diet, and it works for me. I could take Criddle. I ate this and this. He goes on the diet. He does not lose weight, because our bodies are different. You got to know all the little...
Well, even,
all the little things.
Even a medical doctor will tell you not to take medical advice from them on the internet. Like,
yeah.
And if they're saying
it's because they don't know all the details.
Yeah, you gotta go to the doctor, get all the tests, see all the things. You know, you gotta know the person.
Look at the chart that has like your 20-year history.
Yeah.
See what runs in your family.
Depends on how you build the group. Anyway, let's get more positive, you know? When I was playing the alpha, I created a wood elf just so I could find my way out of the tree elf city. Yeah, it is very frustrating. There's an easy way out of the tree elf city. It's super easy. You just jump. Just fall. Just fall right off the edge.
That's what I said. And I had to make a new character.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the easiest way out of the city. 100%. It'll always get you out. I have a lot of experience healing in MMOs. I'm an expert doctor. There you go. Yeah. If me listening to you about not taking medical advice from you, technically you taking medical. Yeah, exactly. Drink lots of water, but not too much water. That's the only medical advice I can give you. You can die from drinking too much water. It can happen. That's why I don't want to tell you even drink lots of water. Drink enough water, though.
I think the lady was trying to win an Xbox for her son, right? That's what happened?
Yes.
And they had people calling in
that
on
was
the
in
radio.
the mall. Yeah, it was a mall thing, and it was like drinking a bunch of water, and she died of like water intoxication. What was it called, Isar?
Yeah, water intoxication.
Water intoxication. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they had people call in and be like, "Hey, you guys are doing too much. Don't do it." And they just laughed at it. And then, well,
yeah. It's more positive. Let's talk about charm more. I'm positive that charm is too strong. That's really the only positive thing I can say about charm. Best wishes you and your family. Sounds like scary stuff. Sounds like your support system. Yeah. I appreciate it, Todd. Thank you. That's why I drove down here yesterday. That's why I was not streaming yesterday. Is because I came down to Florida. So, and like right now, the only reason I'm on streaming, it distracts me, for one, and I can't do anything at the hospital. I'm not even allowed to go into the room because I might bring in infection to him that will literally kill him. So like I'm not allowed in the room. So that's why I'm not up there. There's literally nothing I can do, and this is a good distraction for me. So thank you all for being here and helping distract me from real life for a little while. I will be probably ending the stream though early-ish today. Well, whenever I'm allowed to go up there, whatever time that may be. So we're just playing it by ear.
we might have to build a campfire in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, this one won't last through the storm. Can we? Sometimes you can get up against these walls right here, Setfer. Some of these overhangs.
No, it's over here.
Is there one over here?
If you look up, there's a overhang of rock.
I didn't see where you went. Oh, they're over here.
Yeah, just look up. You see it, the overhang? You can go under that.
Okay, so we can go to the
It's a
other side.
campfire.
Yeah, we can go over here then.
I don't know if Andy knows where we are though.
He'll find us. Wait. Right here. No, that's shaded. Never mind. That's shaded. Anyway, we'll find it. We'll find it a bit if we need to.
It's right here. It used to go far enough.
Okay, a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that
over there
if we need to. We got 15 minutes. Charm is strong.
Just gotta look up.
Charm is too strong. Yeah. Sorry about the personal stuff, Criddle. You're a kind dude and a great streamer to watch. I appreciate that, Cage. Hopefully everything works out. Yeah. I mean, everything works out in the end, you know, whether he pulls through on this or he doesn't make it, he's going to be in a better place. And, you know, that's ultimately.
It is a sad part of life.
It is, you know.
Or just a part of life.
It is a part of life.
I've watched Forrest Gump a couple times recently, and that's definitely in there a few times. Amazing movie.
Death is the inevitable part of life. Like it'll happen eventually. What level are we? I'm level 16. So we got 16, 20, 18, and 19 in the group currently. I fell behind obviously because I was driving yesterday. I didn't get the 12-hour stream I was planning on doing yesterday and leveling up. So bummer for me, but luckily I have really cool, awesome friends that, you know, are allowing me to leech XP from them. Because I am nothing but a leech.
You want me to pull some, Andy?
The weather effect. I like the weather effects. They're a little annoying, but I like them. Sorry, I interrupted your question, Andy.
I'm mad.
You're mad that I'm pulling? I'll come back and sit down.
You mad, bro?
You can pull if you want.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Nelly.
You worry you don't have
a healing.
It helps a lot that you have track and you can track it, you know.
Yes, I have two tracks. My left eye and my right eye.
Oasis, I think that we're not going to have a lot of tanks. You're going to start out in the game early in levels, plenty of tanks, plenty of healers, not enough DPS to go around. And then by end game, yeah, you're going to have fewer tanks and fewer healers. I was actually talking to Isar the other day. This is a couple months ago. And I was kind of joking around, but kind of serious. Like, I'm going to become a server tank, right? I'm going to have my guild, and we're going to be doing all the in-game content and stuff that's available. But I will be more than happy to tank mobs for guilds and people that are doing stuff. Like, especially for spawnable things. Like, if it's a contested mob and I'm fighting for it with my guild, of course, we're going to go and fight for it, and it's going to go to my guild if I can get it, if we can win. But if it's a not contested mob and people need help, I'm going to be happy to help people at max level, and I'll be doing a lot of that because there's probably going to be limited number of tanks. So I'll be happy to be a quote unquote server tank, you know, where I just help people out. I love doing it. I enjoy it.
Oh, I found a mob.
Of course, if I'm busy doing other things, you know, I can't do that, but we should be able to start killing these beetles soon, right? Andy's 20.
No, they're still red to Andy.
Really?
Yes.
Did they increase the level on those? I don't remember them being that high.
No, they're high.
No, you just don't pay attention.
I'm tanking right now, so not too much of it. Well, Burl, I'm still a leech overall, though. Like, yes, I'm tanking. I am doing DPS to these mobs. However, I am not needed in this group. I'm taking more XP than I am gaining for the group, is what I mean by being a leech. Like, if they were to 3-man this, they would be getting more XP. Actually, if Andy or Dirk, or Andy, Dirk, whatever. If Stein here were soloing, he'd be getting the most XP. Add in the Druid would be the second most XP for him. Add in Gith would be the third most XP for them. And then adding me is I'm just a net negative to the group overall.
He's the 8th most XP.
Yes, I
out
take,
of the 6-player party.
I take more XP than I gained for the party at this level. Now, at level 50 plus, I definitely earn my keep. Because, you know, you do need somebody to control the mobs, and it makes it easier to have a tank. You still want to have charmed mobs killing the stuff so you kill faster. But
Haven't found a mob, by the way.
we can always try to kill one of these beetles. We got 4 people here. Oh, I don't want to redo this. Do we want to move? The fire is going to go out here soon.
You still got 6 minutes.
What's going on, sup, baby? How are you? Wonder how far off high-level Paladin Shadow Knights will be compared to Warriors. Right now, the highest level tank on the server, I think, is a Paladin. Like in EQ, Warriors had issues with threat, but the higher level stuff and raids, Warriors the way. That's kind of the way it is in this game. So, because there's a lot to it, just like there is with everything else in this game. So I'll try to explain it all before people like jump down my throat and say I'm wrong with what I'm saying. You got to listen to everything. Fighters in this game are going to be the best in-game tank because they have the highest physical damage mitigation. And the majority of damage in this game comes from physical mitigation. So if you take a fighter and buff it with every buff imaginable versus a paladin, a shadow knight, or an inquisitor with every buff imaginable, the fighter ultimately will take the least amount of damage throughout the course of a fight. However, that all said, they are the weakest tank when it comes to a group because they don't have a lot of the utility that the other classes bring, and you're not always going to have every imaginable buff, right? You're not going to have cleric buffs, druid buffs, and shaman buffs in the same group most of the time. My group will, because we were all idiots and decided to make 3 healers for our single group, which ultimately is going to work out fine in the end, but you know, like you normally don't have all of those buffs. In a raid setting, however, you will have all of those buffs. And you'll be able to take the auras from the tanks and put them on the other tanks. So at the end of the day, a fighter will still be the best overall raid tank for most encounters because of the physical damage mitigation. Hopefully I said that right, and it makes sense to everyone. It doesn't mean that the fighter is the best tank in the game. They are not. the best tank in the game. In my opinion, they're not. Like right now, as far as grouping is concerned, as far as soloing, as far as any of that kind of stuff, they're not the best tank. They're probably the weakest, which is what Setfer's point was earlier. They're the weakest overall tank because they don't have the stuns from the from the Paladin. They don't have the life taps. They don't have the heals. They don't have the haste spell. They don't have the auras. They're missing quite a few things that the other tanks have.
I mean, you still have a mana bar, and they all have a mana bar, so that's something.
Yeah, that's true. And there's not much that, like, the other tanks have the same abilities that fighters. The only thing that fighters have, we have an AoE fear, which should never be used, almost never be used.
That's the, we're running away? I'm going to click the button to help you make it.
Exactly. This is going down.
How long is your AoE fear?
How long? 18 seconds? I can check in a second.
Oh, it fears them for 18 seconds? Yeah, that's not good. They'll get way far with that.
It's also like a 10-minute cooldown, right?
It's a 10-minute cooldown. I can look at it after we fight this. But it's, a 10-minute cooldown, and it's a really long... hang on. Intimidation. 10-second fear with a 5-minute cooldown. So, not great. You don't want them to run for 10 seconds. It's not going to be good. Unless you're running away. The only things that fighters have... Clobber is good, but Paladins have more stuns, so they're better. Inquisitors have more stuns, so they're better. So Inquisitors and Paladins are better than Fighter when it comes to Clobber. We have the Charge ability, which, it's not a bad ability. It makes it easier for going into a fight. Rather than having the mob move, you go to the mob. So it allows you to position a mob faster. So we do have
I need to report that because you should be able to charge when you're rooted.
That's true, yeah. Unless charge breaks root, which it could. Like, they could make that. But yes, currently it does not break root, but it does allow you to charge to a mob while you're rooted. So it should be bug reported, and they need to either allow it or not allow it officially. What's another ability that fighters have? We have Unnerving Shout, but this is kind of like a buff or debuff, technically. It's like having a shaman in your party casting a slow. This is the exact same thing. You put a fighter in your party, you cast this, so anybody can tank, and you can still put this ability up. So it doesn't count, in my opinion. Defensive stance is one thing that makes fighters stand out. It's more physical mitigation.
I would say that's the main thing.
And then defense ability gives you more physical mitigation. Oh shoot, where's my tab? So those two things help the fighter stand out, for sure. Because you can't give those to other players. Final Stand is
quite a few here.
You got 3 here, yeah. Final Stand's on too long of a cooldown to really be worth using. Merciless Assault is good. This allows me to crit. Every ability right now is critting when I use Merciless Assault, so you kill faster. But, again, 20-minute cooldown, so it's not great. Here, I'm going to get on the one you snared, since the other one's rooted. So, yeah, anyway. Fighter, worst group tank, best raid tank. Is
Asterix.
Yeah, with a big asterisk on there, right?
Like if there's a big burst mob, you might need an SK just for the shield, or even an Inquisitor if it's like magic damage.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. I would put an Inquisitor in if they were magic damage for the tank, if the majority of their damage is magic, or at least as an off tank. And when they do a big, like as they're about to do a big nuke or something, you have to taunt them, mitigate that damage, and then taunt back. Kind of like Paladin or Druid in WoW Classic, missing a little bit. Like Paladin tank versus a Druid tank in WoW Classic, yeah. Kind of like those. It goes through iterations in World of Warcraft. Every expansion, a different tank is the best overall tank. So because of everything that I just said, I feel like all 4 of the tanks are kind of balanced.
I would agree.
Yeah, they're kind of balanced in different ways. I think they still need a little bit more tweaking. I think that this new ability, Disarm, right here. So I'll show it to you guys. This ability right here. Oh, they buffed it. Oh no, sorry, they nerfed it. This ability was is really, really, really good. But they did nerf it. This was 50% damage reduction for 8 seconds on a 60-second cooldown. It was broken. I said it was broken as soon as it happened, and maybe they heard me and they fixed it. I'm happy to say when something is broken, by the way. Like, even on my own class, I got the offensive stance. I don't think single-handedly, but I definitely said that this was too good. I still think it might be a little too good. Fighters shouldn't be doing the DPS.
I don't even know if you guys need a stance. I don't really understand why.
Why we have an offense or defense stance?
Yeah.
I don't understand why either. There's no reason. Like, they could take that out and just make us what we are, and it would probably be okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, why?
But the defense stance, I think they need the defense stance because, well, they would have to also take away the stances of the night classes, because they have a stance that reduces 5% physical mitigation all the time. Just 100% uptime. They don't have another stance. So the defense stance kind of offsets that. Spellblade sounds cool, but I'm worried about reliance on groups. Spellblade is probably considered to be one of the strongest classes in the game right now. But it needs to be nerfed in some ways and buffed in other ways. So it needs to be a little bit nerfed in the DPS category at the top end. And its tanking capabilities at the top end. But
I think that's a dexterity scaling problem, by the way.
It could be, yeah. But it also needs to have more utility than it currently has. It just doesn't have enough. Basically, a Spellblade is cast buffs on self and then auto attack, and you win game, is effectively what it is. And they need to change that. It's kind of a boring class, which is why a lot of people don't play it. You know, like, I don't know. There's a lot to the Spellblade. I just think it needs to change a little bit.
To me, the identity reminds me of Gandalf, Lord of the Rings.
It does remind me
It's
of
like,
it. Do we want to move this fire, by the way, since we're out of fireplace?
he's imbuing a weapon, right? And he like uses his sword for all of his damage.
Yeah. You guys
I
want to
hope they
move? So
do
we,
something about archers, by the way.
archers are too strong, yeah, right now. Archers, I think, are fine for how much DPS they do, but they just gave them too many abilities that allow them to solo too easily. And you basically just pump a bunch of decks and you hit red con mobs.
Yeah, I played it. I don't know why they need caltrops.
They don't. I think that it would be cooler if they put down traps that they can have their mobs run over to do more damage, like a spike trap, you know. Are we gonna
I also
move?
wouldn't mind it if you couldn't do them in combat.
Let's
Like
move.
you could place them in combat. You can only place them out of combat, and they only last.
I'm with
you know,
Setfer
a
here.
minute.
I don't know if Setfer knows where he's going, but I'm following him.
Where's that thing go?
There's the wall, so
Is it
we
above
should
him?
be right around here somewhere. Right here. We're sheltered right here. Andy, do you know
Yep,
where we are?
Sheltered
Oh,
right here.
Yeah, anywhere in here. So I'll put down a fire right here.
We can, but this place is getting a little crowded. Plus the dust.
Okay, do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to go somewhere else before I put down a fire?
Got too much time before I gotta go. Potentially.
Okay. You going to visit your dad today too, right?
Yeah, if I
Okay.
can.
Okay.
That's why I gotta see if I gotta go down there today.
Well, we can stay here, and I can put out a fire for another little bit, or
We can, but this side doesn't really have a lot of skeletons, so it's gonna.
we can go. I don't really know where else we can go.
We should just stay there. I mean, I
I mean, it's just hard to find mobs.
Yeah, it's hard to find mobs.
There's a lot of
we're
people in
thinking
the zone.
we're thinking where in this area we could go, but that's up to you guys. I'll go wherever. I'm just a chatty Cathy.
I'm just getting some mana back regardless right now.
Oh, skeleton. Look at that. We didn't even have to pull.
That was my pet.
Yeah, we didn't have to pull.
So,
Your pet's gone with you, by the way.
kind of hoping this would end pretty soon.
It's going to be at least another 15 minutes, probably. I think the minimum time on a sandstorm is like around 30 minutes. But the maximum is like an hour. It's ridiculous.
All right, I could probably just go and do that now.
Do what? Go to the hospital?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
make a call first. And I'll come back in like an hour or two.
All right, that's fine. I'll group with these two yahoos for a bit.
You guys could always go start the bends.
Yeah, we can go do the bins. You want to go do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do that. Out should be this way.
I'm gating.
Okay, you guys gate or follow me. You guys can gate if you want to. I'll run out. I got Sal, right?
No, I'll run out so the pet doesn't.
Can you give me a new
fucking-
Sal? Somebody? Mine's 2 minutes.
Mine's about to run out too.
You guys gonna just auto follow me?
I'm gonna gate somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go to the Weald.
I'll follow you.
Don't do that. All right, I got you, Andy.
No, I'm just gonna cascade.
All right, we'll meet you guys in town, or I'll meet you guys in town in a minute.
I should have took Brawny, by the way, Criddle.
Should have took what?
Brawny as my trait,
Oh yeah.
so I can click it and then cascade.
Oh
not be overweight.
yeah, that's a good call. Yeah. This should be the zone line right here, Andy.
Uh,
Right.
So-
There it goes.
Somebody mentioned that last night. I was like, "Oh man, that sounds good." Because you can't teleport if you're overweight.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
they
have
didn't know.
I have a spell, by the way, that increases strength by 1 to 15 at level 60. So if you guys, if we're ever gating or something, let me know. I can always pop that and give you a couple strength. It's not much, but it helps.
I should be
man.
back in a bit. I still haven't even bought my 20 spells, so I'll grab those when I get back to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably just be in bins then. We should be able to do bins, at least the entrance of bins with this. I don't know
Assuming
if
it's
it,
not
well,
camped.
assuming nobody's there. There could be people
It's
there.
still relatively early, so you might get lucky, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, bins is big enough to hold several groups, and there's not many groups that can do it.
Can't really charm over there either, right?
Not undead, no.
Because you're kind of just fighting humanoids.
Yeah. You could.
Or animals.
Either
Either one.
I don't think there's many animals. There might be. Let me think. Yes, you could get animals, Setfer. Well, no, because they're probably going to be too high level. We could check. There might be some alligators that you could, or some gators that you could charm and bring over, if you want to.
Okay.
There's some that are close by for sure. I just don't remember what level they are. Is Sal going to get nerfed? I don't expect it to get nerfed, no. I mean, Sal is strong, and it gives...
Sal potions, however.
Sal potions did get nerfed already, kind of.
I'll be back.
They're a higher... whatchamacallit? Trivial
More
tier.
materials, harder to make because they're high up on the trivial table, but half the classes in the game can cast Speed of
Yeah,
the Wild, so...
exactly. I don't think that Sal... I think the Sal potion definitely should have gotten nerfed, but I don't think it should be taken out of the game. I think that it's a good thing to make it harder to get. But, you know, you already have, 5 classes that can cast Sal? I know it's Druid, Ranger, Shaman. Definitely those. Who else can cast it? So
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster gets it, right? Yeah, so that's 4. That might be it, actually. Trying to think if
I
anybody
feel like
else.
there were
gets it.
more than that.
I felt like there was too. But all the charm classes, again, what makes charm overpowered? Since Andy's gone, we can talk about it again. A charm, you can charm mobs and get Sal. Like Andy or Stein knows where to go to charm undead mobs that give him Sal. You can charm madmen, gives you Sal. So, again, kind of makes charm a little bit better again.
Of course, the actual downside is charming something that has Sal is one of the harder things because you can't just run away.
Sometimes, yeah.
You
But
have
I
to
mean,
try to keep it.
but the thing is, madmen are like level, what are they, level 10 or something? Let me see. I'll con one. It's green to me. This desert madman right here is green to me at level 16. And there's another desert madman right here, also green to me. Like, you can just run through this zone, charm one of these as a bard or as a enchanter. Boom, you got Sal. Like, it's one of the first things they do is cast buffs on you.
I mean, I guess bards don't have Spirit Wild, but they have an equivalent.
They have their own, yeah.
Yeah.
They have their own kind. I don't think that's the same because you have to be grouped with a bard to get it.
I think their speed should be faster as well at all levels, and I don't think it is.
No, it's not until about level 50. It's based on.
I think it should be.
Yeah, it's based on level.
Well,
I think it starts at 25 whenever they get it, whatever level that is, and it goes up to 65% at level 60. So if it's 65% at level 60, it's basically 1% per level. So you have to be at least. So level 40, it would be like 40%, basically. And Sal starts at 40% at level, what, 8 when you get it? So yeah, it's.
Yep.
So-
It barely scales.
so
It only does 40 to
50
60%.
So at level 50, a bard will be doing about 50% run speed, and a druid at level 50 will be doing, I don't remember what the math is. It's pretty close. They're very close at that point. Is it 75% on bards now? It's level 60? Okay. So yeah, it ends up being better, and the end, I think Sal caps out at like 60 or 65% then, or something like that, at level 60. Because it's also based on.
I need a AFK for a second.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I gotta talk to somebody.
They still haven't added NPC capability to cast mana regen for enchanters. Possibly they won't ever. Yeah, I mean, enchanters have mana regen, though, so they don't need an NPC to cast it on them. Are there any indoor restrictions on casting certain spells? Yes. Sow and Run Speed are both indoor only. The Unity spell, which is basically lull or placate for druids, is indoor only. Or outdoor only. All of those are outdoor. I don't know what I said, but all of those are outdoor only. I'd love to see Bard Speed reach 100%. So I think that once you get Bards at level 60 with like drums, I think you might start seeing that really, really, really fast run speed. I don't know if you're going to see 100%, but yeah, you'll see a good bit. Convert coins. There we go. I got 51 silver, baby. I'm rich. I am rich, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, this goes over here. Hide scraps. Nobody wanted this skull cap, right? I'm about to make some people very angry. Don't get mad at me, guys.
There's nobody here. Just a bunch of dead bodies.
Okay, cool. Disenchanted.
Yeah, they're light blue or dark blue.
Yeah, the entranceway should be dark blue to us. You can start that at 15, but the named are going to be like 17 or something. I'm heading over there now. We've got plenty of food. Yeah, I should have everything we need. Oh, I haven't been using my my sharpening stones. Shoot. Criddle's rich. Someone pickpocketed him? No, don't do that. Now, I'm not going to be rich very long. Now that I have all of my abilities for my for my character, all of my money is going to go to everybody else in my party to get their spells, because until you're about level mid 20s to like 30, spellcasters can't afford their spells. They can't afford to buy all of them. So I'll be giving all my money away to whomever in the group needs it. He's looking for someone who has a beta key and needs a friend. Aw. I need charm to be able to charm raid bosses? No. Oh my goodness. I mean, we were... Well, I guess I can talk about this. It's not really talking too much. We were using charmed mobs to help fight raid bosses on the alpha server. Like, we didn't use it a lot, but there were charmed mobs. Every time that we fought a raid boss, we would charm a mob. One specifically. Remember spending a few hours chopping wood to make torches so I could buy everything? Yeah, it happens. Wait, does Setford know how to get over here to the bins? I hope he does. You are over here, right, Isar?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start pulling when I get up here. I'm running up on you now. Hopefully they didn't change any of this. We'll see. But me and you should be able to duo these. So I'm going to start pulling them. Ink. Should be one. The problem is these are going to be spellcasters, so we gotta watch out for that. And don't accidentally tab these watchmen. That's poison. I can get rid of the poison once every 5 minutes. So I'll get rid of that one. These are even con to me, so these are level 16, just FYI. Hey man, could I ask what your / playtime is? What level you are? Yeah, I mean I can do it. My played is currently 23 hours and 7 minutes at level 16. And I would say that I've mostly been XPing the whole time. So like that's a pretty good ratio. However, it's going to vary drastically depending on your group setup and things that you've been doing. My group, since I've been in the group, has not been doing a lot of charm killing. So if you have a group that has a lot of charm killing, you would be much higher level with that same amount of playtime. Hey, let's go to Overbit. How you doing, bud? Andy's not here. Quick, let's bash charm. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I need to put down a campfire here. Shit. I'll do that second, after this is dead.
Once you go to debuff, they hardly do any damage to you.
Yeah. Do you want to put the campfire over here underneath this? Or like, so we can sit on... I'm going to put it close to this so we can sit in either place. And get the buff. Your auto run is running all over the place?
No, I'm checking if there's a shelter here.
Oh. There should be... I mean, there's definitely shelter on this wall, so we can use it. I'm just going to put it right here for right now. And then we should be able to sit kind of in a couple different places. I have no idea if Nick's going to stream or not today.
If
So
he
yeah,
does, I'm in the bunch.
we can get sheltered here and the campfire, and we can also sit.
How do I get there?
Right here. Where are you at?
Near the goblins we were killing.
Near the goblins. Okay, so go from the goblins. You can.
Go to the north bank.
Yeah. Do you know how to get to North Bank from there?
Yes.
Actually, don't go to the North Bank. I'll come down and get you. Stay there at the goblins. I'll show you the back
Okay.
way which is where I'm running to right now. There's a shorter way from depending on where you... Is that where you're bound? Is that the goblins? Is that where you went there?
No.
Okay. I'll show you how to get here this way, and then you'll know how to get here for later on. But I'll show you where the portal is. We'll walk right past it. We can go this way. All right. You see me? So it's basically a straight shot this way. Basically straight through here. You just effectively keep going straight till you get to the bins. But I'm gonna show you where the portal is, and you can mess around with the portal later and see where it takes you. But the portal takes you to the north gate. If you know how to get to the north bank, it'll take you there. But if you would have gone to the north bank from those goblins, it would have taken you longer to get here.
Great.
But you can teleport, like right next to the north bank is where the teleport's located.
Is anything around here KOS?
Nothing is going to be KOS yet. These guards right here, these harbor guards, are KOS. So if we get crazy aggro, run to these harbor guards right here from the bins. But nothing here is KOS. Let's see if we can target the alligators.
Is this a teleporter?
Teleporter's right there, yeah. That's the teleporter.
Well, I saw it say teleporter, so...
Yeah, that's the teleporter that will take you to the north bank. And then...
Is it one way or is it
does
both
two
ways?
ways. It goes both ways.
Okay.
It goes both ways. Let's see if we can get you... Yeah. Let me see if I can target the alligators from here. Yep, we can. So the crocodiles, they're green, so you could definitely charm them, but they're probably going to be too low level. But see those over there on that island?
I think there's higher level.
I don't know. There is a higher level one deeper in. I know for a fact. There's a saltwater crocodile over there. But we'll be fighting that later. So for now, I guess just one of you guys nuke and... but yeah, we're going to camp out here, Setford. All of this stuff, so just we're going to stay right here. Shelter, if you want it, is over here if it starts to rain or something. But yeah, this campfire, we're just going to pull everything out here. If we get a ton of mobs, just run straight that way to the harbor guards.
Are these watchmen not guards?
These guards...
They are on a different faction.
Yeah, different faction. They won't attack the bins guys.
Okay.
I will be pulling...
We've done that a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm going to try to single pull as much as I can. I'll let you know if we get two, but there will be two at different times. Here, I'm going to start...
If you get two, you run the other one to the guard.
Yeah, we got two, but this is a winch. The winch is easy. So just kill that one first. I mean, it's dark blue to me, but it should be like light blue to you guys or something. Oh, I didn't get taunt. Shoot, I didn't put taunt on my bar. Hang on. I'll do that in a second.
He's out of mana.
I've got her on me again, but I don't have taunt on my bar. I gotta put it back since I was fighting with Andy. Is it rooted? Okay, it's rooted. We can move away from that. Oh, no, it's snared. Never mind. Are the devs supposed to be fixing bugs for the next month? What I hope they're doing is not necessarily fixing bugs right now, but balancing the game. That's what they need to be working on. If they're not balancing the classes, like fixing charm, like making it to where XP is more fair for every class, I hope that's what they're doing. That is the biggest issue right now, and it's going to remain the biggest issue for a while.
throw some dots on her.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some DPS with 2 healers. Like both of you guys putting like 1 dot would probably be fun. Yeah, these fights should last long enough to where your dots will do full damage when we have 3 of us. If we can get Gam on to play Bard and Charm, that would be really good.
Cam should be on in about 2 hours.
Yeah. Alright, let me grab Taunt real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to start trying to pull up to the named in a minute.
If you want to camp if you have the name, we could do that.
I mean, we could, but it might be a little too dangerous. I'm pulling a Cleric. You will stun me here in a second. There it goes. New streamers trying this game out are complaining about new player tutorials. I hope they focus on balance and not new player experience. A lot of new players are going to be complaining about that. This is not a game. I don't think new player tutorials need to be in the game. I think that is part of the game. That's what makes this game fun, in my opinion, is learning from other players, talking to them, interacting with them. That is a huge part of this game. So a new player tutorial literally takes that out. And
I think when you make a new character, it's just maybe like, you have a note inventory. You should read it. Just so you know you have the most basic of introductory quests, which is go find your guild person and hand them a note.
Yeah. To me, that's just that's too much player hand holding that has been happening for far too long in these games. All right, I'm gonna pull. This is gonna be 2: Enforcer and Lawbreaker.
Second, let me try to get the link up.
I think knowing where your guild hall is just has value.
It does, yeah. Ink 2. Hopefully just 2. Alright. Once we break these, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, try to bring me resisted.
Assuming we can kill fast enough.
The dots do pretty decent damage.
Yeah, they're not bad.
This one's a paladin, so it's gonna completely heal.
What level do you get your ensnare? Is it level 20? Zephyr?
My new one? I don't know.
Yeah, because your next one is like 2-minute duration.
This 30-second duration is like... I have multiple roots and snares now, and my first one is still the longest lasting.
Really?
Like,
Yeah,
who wants
root-
to cast like a 2-tick root?
Root never goes over 30 seconds. People were complaining about that. These Lawbreakers, by the way, have lay on hands. That's gonna be another problem with fighting these mobs. Is they're not great, like great XP wise, because there's healers in here and paladins and stuff, so they're not as good XP, which is another reason people don't come over here. However, the big reason to come over here is there's a quest we can do. And there's named mobs, so we can get gear, we can do a quest, and we're getting XP and lots and lots and lots of money we can make over here. Stupid amounts of money if they didn't change the quest. You're hearing Charm's getting a buff? Yeah. Right? Needs to get a buff of negative 50 damage. 50% damage. That's the buff that it needs. Yeah, this area is really made for like a full group.
There's several people looking for group.
I mean, we can grab people if you guys want. I don't care. Anybody in chat around level 15 to 20 that wants a group up? Come over here to the bins. We'll walk you through the quest. See Invis necklace. Where are we guys fighting? We're in the bins inside of Night Harbor. All right, I'm gonna try. I think the next pull is just one, so I'm gonna try to get it.
Yeah, two is bad. Just kill the law breakers last.
Okay. Yeah, I got a goon this time. We could do the cheese way of breaking the camp, and then
Yeah, any lawbreakers, just take them to the guards.
yeah.
They just take way too long.
Isn't someone already level 30? Yeah, there are people that are level 30. Yeah, Hoop is level 30. He knows a lot about the game, and he's been grouping with an enchanter, I think, the entire time, or most of the time, which helps a ton. I think
Thing with Enchantment and Charm, we've been telling them for months. Like,
Yeah.
it needs to be fixed.
my group would probably be mid-20s if I was around yesterday, but I wasn't around, so it kind of slowed everybody down. They grouped up and did some stuff, but we probably would have done more yesterday. They were very
We
gracious
haven't
to
leveraged our classes at all.
not completely out-level me. What'd you say, Seth?
I have charmed 0 times.
Yeah. Like,
And
yeah,
8 levels.
we could be charming with Setfer, we could be charming with our Bard friend, and charming with our Necromancer buddy. Like, we could be charming a lot more. And we're just not. Alright, I'm gonna try... Where did the mob go? Is there a group up here? I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
Alright, I'm gonna try to pull this and see what happens. This might pull a bunch, by the way, so just be ready.
So just,
I will
we'll
run
just
it to
move
the guards if I get too many.
Run to the Bahara, the Pale Guards.
We got one. Is it just the one? Okay, yeah, it's just the one. I wasn't sure what that would pull. Sometimes that can pull up to like 5 mobs, depending on pathing. How many beta servers are up? 1 PvE, 1 PvP server. And that's it. The other servers are gone. So all of our open servers that we've been playing on for months, over a year, those are all, they're still there, but I think those are going to be gone going forward, or wiped or something. I don't really know what they're going to do with those, but they are. I'm pretty sure beta is fresh start for everyone. Classes you think is the most fun? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's very subjective.
What did you like? Other MMO have you played, and what did you like? in
Yeah,
that class?
exactly. Yeah, what kind of play style do you like? And we can tell you what would be the most fun based on that.
17 Necro looking for group if you want it.
We can grab Necro.
What did Andy say? he was gonna be back?
Cinematel. He said like an hour to 2 hours. He's got to make a phone call, and if he's going to the hospital, it would be an hour to 2 hours.
And he walks, so
Yeah.
gonna walk there.
Walks
walks all
both
the time.
ways, uphill, barefoot.
Dude, he really does walk a lot though. Like he'll just go like going for a walk. I'll be back in 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
does.
like,
he walks every day.
it's crazy to me.
Ink, potentially 2. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna run back just in case. Just don't do anything until we see how many you have. Just the one? Yeah, just the one. Cool. We got 2. We got a lawbreaker. You want to run that lawbreaker off somebody?
Got it.
Yeah, just take it all the way to the guards at the end and then come back.
This element debuff is so much aggro.
It is, yeah. I'm not using my abilities.
So it's harbor guards. They kill it, right?
Harbor guards should kill it, yeah. Just that archway straight down there. Oh, he's coming back. It's coming back.
No, that's that.
Oh, okay, yeah. What? Wait, sitting?
Yeah.
What is it doing? It's running back and forth.
Well, now it's going back to Gith. He was healing.
Oh,
you.
he healed. Yeah. Gith, you gotta run it off. I'll be fine.
I
for
can
a
no
second.
longer sit to get aggro.
Yeah.
Can you invite Shalmack? S-H-A-M-A-C-K.
S-H-A-M what?
M-A-C-K.
M-A-C-K. Yep. I invited him. Here, I'll make you leader. Party, make leader. You're a leader now. I invited him though, so I don't know what's going on. Let's go up here. Alright, the next poll is going to be named placeholder +1. I can't do anything about the plus one.
I'm not there, by the way. I'm getting this necro.
That's right.
Do you want me to Unity or?
I mean, we could just clear these placeholders. I'll do that. I'll just clear both of these for right now. And then we'll hopefully try to keep up with it. With the Necromancer, we should have enough DPS to keep up with the spawns.
You want me to grab one of these and keep it here?
It's up to you. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of mobs I can pull. I mean, there's tons of mobs in there.
Yeah, but I mean, splitting the camp's always good.
Yeah,
even
splitting the
if it's-
camp's good. Yeah, it's true.
For those that haven't played a game like this, that means like the respawn times will be different, so they won't respawn at the exact same time. Like a lot of people just come from something that's always instanced,
Yeah,
and everything's just up when you walk in.
that is true. If I get into the beta, I have to decide Necro, Enchanter, or Bard. All three of those are really good, but also... Oh, you did Route 1. All three of those are really good, but also... all three of those are also some of the most played classes right now. Just be aware of that. If they end up nerfing Charm, which they need to, those classes are not going to... None of them are going to go down to where, like, nobody's going to want them. But if you have... Right now, the second most played class in the game is Enchanter. So, there's going to be a ton of Enchanters. So it's
Theoretically,
harder to find a
if there was those three classes, and I had to make the choice of which one to play, looking towards the future, what might be buffed, what might be nerfed, I would probably pick Necro.
I would definitely pick Necro out of those three, yeah. Because Charm has to get nerfed. It has to. If they leave it in
And
like
I think their dots will be buffed.
Yeah, well, I think Necro dots are going to probably get buffed, or TTK is going to increase. Something's going to make it where Necros just become better. Crap,
Yeah.
my mom's calling me again. Let me take this call.
Yep.
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Aren't Fizzles fun? I think they take too much mana.
Yes, they do.
I mean, they should take some mana, but I think they take too much.
All right. I know this is bad timing. Mom wants me up at the hospital, so I'm going to go do that. We're trying some things with the fam. So I'm going to go up there. We've got some decisions to make and stuff. So I got to go, unfortunately. It's been fun, everybody. Enjoyed talking to everybody today. It's been an awesome chat. If I can stream later today, I will. If not, I'll be back on here tomorrow morning, assuming I can. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the love, support, and everything. And I will see you guys soon, whenever next time I can stream. Take care.